this is definitely targeted at runners that are rising stars, that are going to become our next any percent star, the person that to follow, right? Um, and so it is very fun to see because there's a lot of runners that probably would have not have joined another tournament just to get beaten up uh, by all those veterans we called. But now that they actually face against people of their own caliber, that's much more interesting, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, those all the games are very interesting because it's like with sports. When you're professionals, you more or less expect them to do all the perfect moves. There is not so many exciting moments. But with people who don't have that much experience and knowledge of the game, which is of course increasing with every game they play, some gameplays can be really, really exciting to watch. Like what kind of strategies can they come up with rather than like use those well-known ones?
I 100% agree, and that's the crazy part is to see how much they've grown, right? Like Lady Deme, I know definitely might have a little bit less experience than some of the runners, but damn has she grown in this tournament. And it's fun to see that each and every match is just another notch that she gets, like another arrow in her quiver. She just becomes that much better. Obviously, this is not an easy game. Even the veterans die sometimes. I mean, often. I mean, all the time. But so we might see some death even early on. But experience is key. It's just to recognize in every very bad situation, which happens all the time, what you have as tools, as items, as techniques, and how you can get out away from that situation which the least cost. Sometimes you still need to use your best or biggest item, but yeah. Is Lady Deme going for the sword skip?
Seems so. She's doing the skip.
Wow.
So this first floor is a tutorial level. Cuny, that little creature that is flying next to our main character, is letting you know about all the quirks that the tower has and like how to control everything, how to work with it, etc., etc. So thanks to those skips that Lady Deme is doing, she can miss some of the triggers for the Cuny talking to you. Basically, it works this way that whenever, for example, in this case, if she picks up that an egg, she will get a tutorial from Cuny about eggs. But also there is a tile here on the floor that if she steps on it, she will get another tutorial about another thing. So she basically forces one trigger to happen while walking on another trigger. And of course, two triggers cannot happen at the same time, so one of those texts is skipped.
Yes, you do get an extra tutorial because you picked up an item, which you can clear the first floor without having. But still, when I just said a second ago, Deme is one of our most impressively grown runner in this tournament, well, this is exactly what I meant. I mean, last run, she did not go for the sword and the egg skip, and now she just did both as if it was easy. Very impressed. Good job, Deme. Let's go to floor 2.
And she also went to do the elevator skip. There would be another tutorial from Cuny if you stepped on the tile, but she, instead of going to the tile, she went around it and went straight to the elevator. This way, like, she saved a few seconds as well.
Exactly. Tutorial floor has been worked on a lot. Obviously, this is one of the only thing in the game that is consistent. It's always going to be exactly the same. So this is pretty much the only place where we can have real skips. The rest of the tower is randomly generated. This is a roguelike RPG. Yeah, so the game is absolutely randomly generated. And you have to deal with all those rooms and corridors and items that you cannot know what they're going to be. Now, one thing, it's true that it's randomly generated, but this tournament and most of our tournament now has what we call seeded tower. So thanks to programmer, we have now the ability to seed the tower. And so even though the tower is randomly generated and they don't know anything about it, they're still going to run in the same one. So they are blind. They don't know what this run is going to be. Neither do we. But they're going to face off the same enemies in the same fashion, and they're going to get the same items. So that makes it a lot more interesting because obviously there was run prior to the seeded tower where one character would get a Scarlet One and a Diamond Shield, and the other runner would get absolutely nothing. And then it's hard to say who's really the best when it's pretty much the items that made the run in a sense. You still can get away with not having any of these items and still perform well, but I mean, you definitely start a little bit behind.
Oh yeah, definitely. See that tower made those runs way more exciting, because thanks to that we can really see which runner tackles the tower better, because it's all about like their movement, which way they go. Do they go for the item hunting? Do they go for the elevator, etc., etc.? How do they plan to handle monsters that they're fighting? Is it like straight fight or using resources? Previously, it was mostly who got better RNG.
Yeah, exactly. And I like to see how runners are gonna like deal with all of this. Deme gets to floor 3 first. Like I said, if they end up dying on the same floor, getting there first is what decides the winner. So obviously, getting ahead, even though they can't know on which floor is the other runner. We do, and you do as well. And obviously, this is one of the things that's really interesting. Lady Deme has got a small advantage. If they die on the same floor, she wins. And because we have seated towers, sometimes you just use an elevator and the room you get inside is just, I'm not going to say unwinnable, but, close enough. And you die there, and you know that your opponent's going to die there as well. So getting there first is definitely a big boon. So you want to play fast, even though survival is also a very important thing to do.
Yes, I think Sun Knight already mentioned it, but this tournament is a little bit different from the previous one where all the veterans played, that we allow re-entry. So one of the strategies might be that, like, okay, I will climb few floors, gather some resources. If I don't like them, I'll decide to like step out of the tower and get to it again, hoping for like different better items, and that might speed up my climb.
Yes, so you need to consider that as a chain. So they have the same tower 1. If they get out of the tower and they re-enter, the tower is going to be different, but they're going to have the same tower 2, right? So it's a chain, and every link is a different tower. And I think the game can account for the next 10 towers. So obviously in a race like that, you'll never see more than I'd say 3 or 4 towers, but we wanted to make sure that we had some leeways. So the next 10 tower is going to be the same. Not the same as the first one. They're each going to be different. But tower 1 is going to be same as tower 1 on the other runner's side. 2, 2, 3, 3, you get that. We have a shield on Lady Deme's side. A wooden shield, obviously. Not better. This is exactly what she have. And it also could be cursed, so she's not going to risk it. Did I see a blinder ball?
Yes, you did.
Oh, nice. Okay, blinder ball, definitely best ball. So blinder ball is, it's not necessarily best ball because you cannot realistically use it in melee. Blinder ball will make the enemy blind, and that enemy will start walking in a straight line up until it hits a wall, at which point it will turn right. The reason why blinder is good is because obviously you can just walk around the enemy and not care about it. So that's really potent. But and also it lasts a long time, which might not be true for paralysis or sleep. But is it 32 tower programmer? Oh Jesus, yeah, they'll be fine. But the reason why blinder is not always the solution is if you are in melee with an enemy, blinding it will make it go into a straight line, and since it's already in melee with you, it will attack you once for free. So that's the best ball up until your problem is in melee with you.
Yes, so maybe a few more words about the game itself for those who are not very familiar. As you see, our players are climbing a tower. Currently, they're on floor 4. The tower has 40 floors, out of which 39 floors are monster floors. And the last one is boss floor, which is not really a boss. We'll discuss it, hopefully, if the runners reach it. The rules of the tournament are like whoever climbs the highest in 1 hour wins a game. And like Sun Knight already mentioned, in case of them reaching the same floor, the one who wins is the one who reached that floor first. So currently they're on floor 4. Floor 1 to 5 are pretty simple to let's say, navigate through, because the monster that you are fighting are not that tough yet. But starting from floor 6, we'll see sudden spike in the difficulty level, and they will not be able to fight everything like they are doing now. And even the higher the floor, the difficulty spike will be even greater. So at some point, they'll pretty much try to avoid everything. That's where all those resources that Sandy mentioned, like Blind Ball or any other spells, that's when they come in use.
Absolutely, and the reason why the floors 6, 7, 8, and 9 are so scary is because think of Pokemon or Fire Emblem. There is a elemental triangle in this game. So it's like rock, paper, scissors. Obviously, fire beats... well, not obviously. Fire beats wind, but winds beat water, and water beats fire in this game. And you have a fire monster, and the strongest attack you can have right now is called Flame Sword. It is what you see all the time. CUNY will cast a flame to your sword, and you're going to use that to whack an enemy. Using a not very effective attack is, like it says, very not very effective. Like, the drop in damage is huge. So Ko doesn't have an element, so when these water enemies hits you, you're not going to take extra damage, but they are just that strong. That's going to be a problem. But your damages also go so low that it's going to be like, yeah, that's not going to be fun. And then another wooden shield. Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, our runners are hoping for a little bit better shields, because defense, at least until floor like 15, 20, is still very important for the survivability reasons. And currently, they have the weakest shield possible, which will not help them a lot.
Yeah, exactly. The wooden shield is really, well, it's the worst shield up until you leave and come back and you have no shield at all. Obviously, yeah. That's terrifying. But yeah, wooden shield is what you want to replace as quickly as you can. Yeah, like, a better weapon you don't exactly need, because the spell level is going to increase by just having CUNY gain some level. But your defense being so low is definitely scary, especially where Dreamy and Deme are right now.
Yes, for the weapon part, actually, like with the spell that our runners are using, that is like more or less the most useful attack that we can have. We actually prefer to use the wand, because wand gives us additional multiplier to the damage.
Yes.
That swords don't have. Other multipliers that we get is from the elemental. So currently, both our runners are using Flame Sword, which is obviously a fire elemental. I think I spotted Lady Deme picking up Fire Sword, which is also a fire elemental weapon. So if Lady Deme decides to equip that weapon, she will get that additional multiplier from having same element than her current spell.
Oh, yeah.
Although the spell multiplier from having a wand is even greater than that. So eventually, like on very, very high levels, the damage from the wand will be still greater than from the fire. So
it's the same bonus, actually. It would be true that it would be stronger if you have a matching elemental wand, but the bonus from a wand and the bonus from the fire sword casting on a fire spell is the same.
Yes, but there is one additional multiplier in the calculation that is ×2 if you have a wand that sword doesn't have. So there is like elemental multiplier and there is wand multiplier. So our best option is elemental wand. that will give us the highest damage.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you find a Scarlet, and I assume that's the reason why Lady Deme didn't equip the Flame Sword right off the bat. I mean, I assume that she's kind of scared of getting cursed. We have discovered recently that the curse is even worse than we thought it would be. If you've played any old RPGs, you know that curse prevents you from changing your equipment, so you don't want to get that, especially if you find the Scarlet one later on. But it's worse than that. Actually, it drops your accuracy as well. And if you get a decurse scroll and remove that curse status from your equipment, you still have lost some accuracy. That doesn't go away. Actually, so far as I know, I think you can remove that status with a Cure-All Herb, but Cure-All Herb are really rare.
In the meantime, we can see that the floor 6 already shows them how mean the tower can be. They started in a room with very strong, annoying monster Bloom, which is water elemental. and it's quite tanky monster, so our runners cannot deal with it in normal, cannot fight it head on.
Oh my, this is a +2 fire sword!
That is so nice. That will actually boost their damage quite a lot.
Oh yes!
That will be like much better in those levels. That will be much better than like any non-matching elemental wand.
Yes.
Because actually attack of the weapon is also taken in the calculation when damage is calculated.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference. Like at some point, it's all about Ko's attack, and obviously the weapon does contribute to that a lot. So I can't wait. 16 on a bloom. That's a huge number.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Lady Deme used red sand on that sword, right?
Yes.
So she is now +3.
Oh yeah, that's an 8 damage weapon.
Compared to wand, which is damage 1. In the beginning, it's very important.
Yeah, flame sword is
7 damage for all your attacks.
Yeah, exactly. Like flame sword is not the favorite weapon. It's not the best weapon at all. But I mean, geez, if it's not like the 3rd or 4th best weapon, nothing is. Like it's really good. I'd say matching wand and then probably life wand would be 2nd, and I think matching sword would be the 3rd best. It's that strong.
We can see that Lady Deme is a little bit in a pickle. That Manoiva is also a water monster, so it's sort of hard to fight it.
Oh.
She blinded it, but she gets into the room with elevator, but also 2 monsters. Another bloom. How is she planning to deal with it? She doesn't have that much HP. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay, good.
She decided to use the egg. Because we can hatch the egg to like help us fighting alongside, but we can also throw it at enemies, which will hatch it immediately, attack with very high attack multiplier, and just go sleep somewhere.
Wow, she went around, completely juke all the monsters in the room. Cuny took 1 attack, but that's nothing compared to what could have happened here. She masterfully left this room alive. Let's go, Deme.
And she's currently in the lead because she's the first one to reach floor 8.
Yes. So I've seen it's have been a little bit rougher on Dreamy's side. He doesn't have the fire sword. He has a vital sword, which is not as strong. Obviously, it's still a very good weapon. Like as far as sword goes, that's a good choice. I would probably have gone with that one as well. But I think I saw it's -1. Probably stepped on a rust trap. So that's not necessarily my favorite weapon or my favorite go-to weapon. Oh, I assume it might actually be cursed because I guess he would have found a fire sword. It was in a starting room. And if he didn't change, and I guess that's because he just got the because he just didn't get the
Lady Deme in the meantime found arguably the best spell in the game, Acid Rain. It's AoE damage spell that attacks everybody around you when you are outside the room, and when you are inside the room, like Lady Deme is now, it attacks everybody inside the room. And that's elemental of that spell. If I recall right, it's water, with most elementals in the tower being either fire or water. So it's basically your best damage dealer.
I'm gonna say I'm not really excited by the Acid Rain Ball. I don't dislike it, but I mean, there is no situation where I would not prefer a oldie scroll. Oldie bell, sorry.
In the meantime, Lady Deme lost her Cuny
and she decides to go
water monster, and she decides to go back. Currently, we are at 80 minutes 45 seconds time. So I would say that this is pretty good time to go back, rethink your resources, and reclimb the tower with all that you want.
Yeah, there's a good reason why you want to go back here, is because obviously that fire sword +3 is a godsend. That's the kind of thing that you really want to have. And you don't want to lose it. And obviously that's not as good once you don't have your pet anymore. So she was not necessarily going to go much higher with not having Cuny around. Also, Cuny keeps his level, which is a very good thing. And yeah, the sword is cursed. That's bad. So yeah, she can go back, have a Pita, have a fire sword +3. Obviously the shield, she doesn't have a good one. That's sad, but She's got plenty of balls to choose from as well. And that's going to be a very good and very fast climb. But at that moment, obviously, that means that DreamyVision is in the lead. And he's going to continue his climb. If he wants to make some ground, and if he wants to put some pressure on Deme, that's how you do it. Making sure that he's on his first climb is going to help a lot.
Currently, Lady Deme is still in the lead because she was the first one to reach floor 8.
True.
Dreamy will take the lead if he reaches floor 9. Oh, and we can see Elevator and an egg on his side while being chased by a U-boat.
He doesn't have space.
Yeah, so he's in a little bit of a pickle. He definitely wants to pick up that egg because if I remember correctly, that egg could be, for example, a clown, which is very good familiar.
Oh, yeah.
But U-boats are not easy to deal with. They hit like a truck.
Oh, absolutely. They're really scary. He's trying to find a way to make room in his inventory for all of this. But he's going to take a few hits. What will he decide to sacrifice in exchange for having some... Copper -1, golf?
He needs to first take care of that U-boat.
Oh, yeah.
Because he already took 2 hits. The problem is that like when he picks up an item, he cannot empty his inventory at that time. So he needs to first put the item away, take something from his inventory, make a space, and then pick up an egg. So this made him like basically to take 2 attacks for free.
And he decides to use the fireball. That's very that's very nice. Just a small usage of that ball is gonna free him and give him a chance to actually just leave that room. Gets the egg, regenerates some HP. He's gonna be fine, and he takes the lead. Floor 9 is the floor to beat.
That is correct. All the eggs and spells that we find, and also equipment that we find in the tower, when we pick them up, they're unidentified. So we don't know what exactly are the qualities of the given item. For example, we don't know what is that monster inside that egg, or we don't know whether the sword has some additional damage, like on Lady Deme's side, she found the fire sword +2, or is it cursed, like the vital sword? So basically, we will not know what this egg is until Dreamy decides to either hatch it or find one of the items called Truth Glass that will tell us exactly what that monster is, and then we'll know what he wants to do with it.
Absolutely. True glasses are always nice to have. It can also tell you how many charges you have in a spell balls. If used correctly, you can mitigate a lot of problems the tower can shoot on your run. So it's always nice to find some true glasses. Other than that, yeah, we're gonna see Lady Deme plow through this first floor really quickly. No problem here. She has the power to clear that. But during that time, we were gonna see Dreamy clear that floor 9 as well.
We could have seen on Dreamy's side like a minute ago that he was attacked by a clown by one of the most annoying attacks in the whole game, which is low down. Basically, that attack can lower the level of you or either the familiar or anyone that it attacks. And unfortunately for Dreamy's, that attack succeeded. So Dreamy's level was dropped down. The only plus side of that attack is that like when the level is dropped, you're automatically maxed out with the experience that you get for that level. So if you get even 1 XP, you will automatically go to the next level. But all the XP that you had on the previous level is now gone.
Yeah, in the best situation, you would be like just gotten that level fresh. With 0 XP going through to the next one, and then you lose that level. You actually only lost 1 XP, which is not too bad. But yeah, if you're 1 XP away from leveling up and you get hit by lowdown, you lose all your progress towards your next level, which is always bad.
And think about it, that attack can hit you twice.
Oh yeah, and then it's bad.
You can lose 2 levels.
Oh yeah, especially in the speedrun setting where we don't actually overlevel, we don't grind a lot. Losing those nice levels is always bad. Ko's HP being so low, like Ko is definitely, this game wants you to have a familiar. The game is not made for running alone, and Well, it's not even made for running with a pet because that game is kind of hard. But yeah, losing a level is always a bad thing. Let's be honest.
So yeah, like we mentioned earlier, floors 6 to 9 are water levels. Your familiar is fire. You've got elemental disadvantage. All the monsters are leveled up, usually higher than you are. They have high defense, high attack power. So those levels, those floors are basically hard to go through. The game expects you to die on those levels, but our runners are climbing through those. Dreamy was able to go to floor 10. Lady Deme decided to re-enter the tower on floor 8 because she lost the CUNY, but now that she's much more powerful and maybe finds better item, she will definitely go higher than that.
Yes. One of the other things is elemental triangle being so important in this game. You can see that Dreamy is actually grinding a little bit. Now he's fighting more. It's not because the enemies are weaker than the one he actually met a floor or two before. It's because not having the elemental disadvantage now is so huge that he can't afford to fight again. So that's generally on floor 10. If you want to grind a little bit and bring back some levels into the fold, that's where you would do it. And he uses a blue sand to make sure that his shield is +1. It's good. Or is it +2?
I think it's +2 already, so he must have found another blue sun somewhere else.
Yeah, that's the equivalent of a copper shield. That's absolutely not bad at all.
Usually the runners want to be around level 10 at least, around those floors, because like Sun Knight mentioned, the biggest power up from the spell level of CUNY we get is around like level 10. All the next level ups don't give you that much of damage boost.
Yes.
I think, is it like 90% comes from those first 10 levels?
Yes, that's true for CUNY's spell level, but also there is another part of the damage calculation that comes from Ko's attack. That always stays relevant. So Ko getting some level is always good, or getting some attacks in any way, shape, or form. But CUNY's side of damage calculation stopped being relevant after level 10. So if you have to do some shenanigans, which we might see, CUNY, you do that when CUNY reaches level 10. After that, his contribution to the damage is really irrelevant.
In the meantime, we can see that Lady Deme is already on floor 5. She's definitely climbing now faster because CUNY is more powerful. She already has good equipment, so she's all set to go. Oh, Earth Shield +1.
She is not scared of anything. Okay, she was on a Deeker Scroll, that's why she tested it. Yeah, Earth Shield is the Cursed Shield of Death. The reason why you might not want to equip that is the elemental shield changes your element into the element of the shield defensively. So it means that if you fight against the water monsters, you're going to be considered wind, and obviously you're going to take a lot less damage. That's going to be the opposite against those balloons that are fire monsters. They're going to deal you extra damage because you are considered wind. Every range attack monsters have, or range spells they have, are all fire-based. So it means that if you get shot from afar, it's going to be a fire spell, and it's going to deal extra damage because you have an Earth Shield. Also, all the traps that deals damage are either non-elemental or fire-based. You're going to take extra damage from the fire ones. At the end of the day, I would not go for a Earth Shield, but let's be serious also. The scariest monsters are water. That shield is going to be used there. And it's also just an eye defense shield, which is not bad at all.
I think she decided to go for the shield because she's about to enter water territory, and that's why this will help her definitely. And we have to mention also that, if I recall correctly, elemental disadvantage is actually much worse than having elemental advantage, because having elemental advantage in the calculation just gives you like ×1 multiplier. But having elemental disadvantage is basically double that. So it's like double the attack multiplier, or double the defense lowering factor for you. So definitely you want to at least be neutral. You don't want to have elemental disadvantage.
We have found, or actually, Deme has found a restore scroll, which is on floor 5 on the second climb. So if ever DreamyVision ends up leaving the tower for some reason, there is a restore scroll waiting for him on that second tower. That could be huge. This is the equivalent of a Phoenix Down or something like that. It will resurrect your pet, any of your pet once. That's a very, very good item. Also quite kind of rare.
Dreamy is currently exploring floor 12. It's like sort of scary floor in that sense that there is Kraken on it, and we don't like Krakens. We can say about it a little bit more in a second. But floor 12 is, before we talk about floor 12, Dreamy has really bad room, but luckily that's where the acid rainbow comes into play. You can see that all those monsters were like instantly destroyed. So thanks to that, he was able to solve this problem. Coming back to floor 12. Floor 12 is special because we can find blue color on floor 12. Blue color lets us to have two familiars out at the same time. But apart from that, it also allows us to fuse the monsters, which I presume Dreamy is currently trying to do. Yes. Sand Knight, could you explain what is Dreamy trying to do?
Yes. So, like I said earlier, the damage portion of CUNY's during the mixed magic stops being relevant after level 10. By fusing CUNY with that Palumpa, CUNY always wins this fusion, which means that the resulting monster is also going to be a CUNY. But the element of the monsters during fusion is going to change to what element would win in the triangle. So it means that CUNY being fire and the Palumpa being water, water wins. So you end up with a CUNY, yes, but it's going to be a water CUNY, right? And the reason why we want to do that is everything that's scary in the tower, especially later on, is either water or fire. And with the water CUNY, you end up being strong or neutral against all these enemies. Also, if you find any damaging spell balls, they're always going to be fire, which is going to one-shot any wind enemy you encounter. That's a problem. So having that water CUNY can be absolutely huge. And I know Dreamy is a big fan of that strategy. And he's going to show us why it is so good. Can't wait to see that next.
The only thing that would make it better is Stream Wand. And I don't know whether you noticed, but Lady Deme did find a Stream Wand and she's currently using it. I'm pretty sure Dreamy would want that.
Oh, absolutely. So a matching one, like we said, is such a huge boost in damage. Yeah, he definitely wants to have something like that in his head. He's also on floor 16, so floor 16, 26, and 36 are weird floors. I don't think he's gonna... Is he gonna check it? Maybe.
He's trying to wait, I guess, for the Barong.
Yeah, so Barong is a unique enemy. When I say unique, it's really, really fun. It's the casino monsters. The way it works is, if you find a Barong, you can throw items in his face. He's gonna eat it, chew it, and then spit something new. And because they made a small error in coding, it should give you something around about the same rarity that what you throw in. But they messed that up, and so it gives you an item no matter what rarity it is. It doesn't really do a comparison check the right way. And so you can find any of this very, very rare item in the game with that. Obviously, would want to find a Stream one, which is not rare at all. But maybe a Roche Fruit would be a fun find as well. But it's too late. We are on 18. Maybe on 26 we can find another Baron.
Oh, definitely. I don't know whether you noticed, but I think on floor 13, or was it 14, Dreamy found another egg, and that egg can be a Garuda. Why do we like Garudas?
Yeah, Garuda is huge. The reason why you might want to get a Garuda is because Garudas have the ability, when you find them as enemies, they cannot do that to you, but if they ever reach melee with your pet, or with your familiar, they might decide to, instead of fighting, pick up your familiar and run away with it. And when I say run away, I mean teleport. They're just gonna disappear and appear somewhere else and start fighting your pet solo one-on-one. Which also means that now you're solo as well. Reaching back to your pet might be scary. Garudas are no jokes. They might actually win the duel against your pet if they're alone. And yeah, you're gonna just be left alone. That's scary. When you have them as a pet, though, the ability you can use, but you can use it on yourself. Which means that when you do that, the Garuda's gonna pick you up, and you're gonna bolt teleport somewhere else on the floor. And considering how fighting is kind of slow in this game, if you can avoid it, you generally want to. Well, imagine how good a Garuda is then. You just walk a few steps, you encounter an enemy, and instead of fighting it, you just teleport away. Now you're somewhere else. Sorry about that.
Lady Deme is in a little bit of a pickle. I think, yeah, CUNY has so little HP. She has to watch out. She's very well equipped. She has 3 Olymp fruits.
Coloring is absolutely the best movie here. I agree, 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, and the balloon was kind enough to like go away.
Balloons just went away.
This probably was planned play. She knew what she was doing. She damaged that balloon because balloons have this. All the monsters in the tower have special traits. One of the traits of the balloons is that, like, when it takes damage, it can fly away to recover, and that's what it did.
Yeah, but you say recover, and the worst part is it costs so much MP that most of the time they end up losing all their MP and being absolutely useless. Yeah, balloons are weird.
The traits of the monsters sometimes are more useful to you when you like have a monster as a familiar. Yes. Sometimes they're more useful to a monster itself. For example, if you think about Kraken, it has a trait that it conducts electricity and thus can reflect some damage back to you, which is
CUNY is dead, sadly.
But Lady Deme has a restore scroll.
Oh yes, right? Oh yes.
Yeah. So she goes further. She's floor 8. She's safe. It will be good. So going back to my thought. Yes. Krakens can reflect damage back at you when you are like using metal weapons, which is very annoying to deal with. Mm-hmm. Oh, she has 2 restore scrolls. But when Kraken is your familiar, that's actually not very good because you don't really want your Kraken to fight your fights.
CUNY dies on Dreamy's side as well to a blind Arachne.
Yeah.
2 deaths on CUNY's in the last 2 minutes, both by blind monsters.
But we have to remember that Dreamy is still currently in the lead. Floor 18 is nothing to laugh at. It's really, really good climb. So Lady Deme needs to speed up if she wants to beat Dreamy in this game.
Yeah, that was definitely not an easy tower. Let's be honest here for a second.
Oh yeah.
The fact that Dreamy is on 18 is already a thing in its own. But the fact that Deme is climbing back might be scary for him a little bit. Though, he's put the pressure on. That's definitely what you want to see in a match. And yeah, we are introduced to pickets. Do you want to explain us what these smiley little monsters are?
Aren't they your favorites?
No, they're not.
Yeah, so pickets have an annoying trait that they can steal your items. What's more, they've got double speed compared to you in that sense that they attack twice every turn. They're not very powerful. You could see that they attack only for 1, but the sole fact that they can steal the most precious items to you, like spells, etc., that makes them one of the most annoying monsters to deal with.
Yes, and when you have a pet, actually, they cannot steal from your pet, so you can put CUNY in the way and let CUNY deal with it. That works really well, but obviously you realize that Dreamy doesn't have a pet, so we will have to deal with all this. Luckily, 19 is the final floor for pickets, so if he reaches that elevator, which he will, he's going to be fine. There will be no more pickets for this climb.
So one thing to mention is that Dreamy lost his familiar, and the thing is that actually climbing without familiar is sort of faster. Now he finds the same one.
That is so bad. Poor Dreamy.
So now he definitely would want that restore scroll, and he would be sad. So the whole idea is that like climbing without familiar is sort of faster, because when you have a familiar, the idea in your head is like, hey, probably I can handle this situation, so I'll fight it. Yeah. When you cannot fight it, the only thing that you care about, like, I'm trying to find an elevator, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
So is it so that the world record currently is glitched entry where we don't have a familiar, at least in the beginning?
Yes, absolutely, and that's scary.
So that sort of like speeds Dreamy's up. Ooh, a little bit of a misstep. And lucky go up.
All right. Everything fixes itself.
Yeah. In the meantime, Lady Deme goes out of the water floors. She is now on the floor 10, so she should be a little bit safer. She's set to climb the tower very, very high.
I don't know if he's got a charge of acid rain, because if he doesn't, then that might be a scary room.
He used it already.
That's rough. That's
that
gonna
might
be rough.
really end for him. Is there anything he can do? Oh, we in the meantime saw that it's a balloon. It wasn't a cyclone. Yeah, Dreamy decides to use the wind crystal to save his resources, because one thing about this game is that like when you die in the tower, you lose all the items that you have, and you have to start from the scratch. The only thing that you keep is your familiar and its level.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So he was on floor, what, 21?
21.
21. So that's definitely a tall order, even for Lady Deme to climb that eye. 20 minutes to go. I think he's going to try it, actually. So that's really impressive. He's got the resources. He's got, like, the water cuning that's already set up. I'm not sure that we know there is a restore scroll and stream one on the second climb. So that might actually be really nice for him.
He already has a stream one, right? He did pick up.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's true. So he's going to be set up for a very nice climb, but he's going to have to, like, put it in another gear, right?
World record is what, 24 minutes? Or 40 floors?
I don't think that's what you should be compared to. But in that sense, he's got all the resources. He won't have to deal with a lot of things early on. He can just let Cutie wreck everything up. Fire and Blinder is also really great balls to have. I think he's going to be more than fine.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that he's missing currently is a shield, but I'm pretty sure he will find one soon. Or actually, if you check Lady Deme's stream,
she doesn't have a shield.
She doesn't have a shield, so is it so that there was no good shield in that tower?
Good question.
But yeah, Lady Deme has now 18.5 minutes to climb 10 floors, because like we mentioned earlier, she needs to beat Dreamy's score to win the game, so she cannot just reach floor 21, she needs to get to floor 22.
That's true. Ski tells us in chat that she have a shield, but that's the Earth shield.
Oh, and yeah, that makes sense.
Really, I understand why she doesn't have a shield then, because Griffins are scary, and so are volcanoes, but obviously Griffins are the worst part of this. So I assume getting on floor 13 or 14, we're going to start seeing that shield again.
Yes, that shield will be useful again for is it wind floors?
Oh yeah. Oh, or the Krakens or whatever.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not saying you should still fight Krakens, but yeah.
But at least you can take more hits from it. I think I missed it, but Dreamy did fight a Kraken in one of the floors, and he had a sword at that time, so he was taking the reflected damage. So.
Oh yes. Yeah, we talked a little bit about it, but obviously the reason why it's so bad is to have as a pet is the damage you reflect is based off the damage you receive. It's a percentage. I think it's 10%. So for you to reflect 10 damage, you have to take 100. And you obviously don't want your pet to take 100. Now, if you play the game casually and you end up with a very good setup where your pet is so strong, and you hit for 100, then you take all those 10 damage back, and that's really, really scary. And also the fact that they lose one Kraken, they don't care about it, but we do. So yeah, they make great enemy, but not so much as the pet, sadly.
Oh, Lady Deme finds Leather Shield, which is by many considered one of the best shields, if not the best one.
Oh yeah.
Why is it the best one when it has only one defense?
Yeah, we kind of had to theorize a little bit about it, but we recently discovered that why it's actually good. So Leather Shield increases your dodge chance. And it's not a small amount, so you have around about 4% chance to dodge naturally. If you have a Leather Shield, this is increased to 12%, which is huge. And the reason why it's so huge is because the defense in this game works as damage reduction. So let's say you have 10 defense, you take 10 less damage. So a Diamond Shield removes 7 damage from the equation. That's huge. That's nice. But enemies hits you for like 100 and something on the later floor. So removing 7 damage, that doesn't change anything. You're still going to get 1 shot, or at best, 2 shot. The chances your shield saved you is so low that you cannot realistically care about it. Oh, Okay, lucky. I thought the cutie was going to attack him. Oh, I was so scared for a second.
Yeah, he was on very low HP. That was a scary situation.
Yes, if you have a leather shield, though, you're going to remove an amount of damage that's comparable to what the damage you would have taken. So it might not happen as often, but if your leather shield dodges a hit for you, then you dodge 100 damage, right? Much better than the 7 the diamond would have saved you. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the...
In the meantime, Lady Deme is like in a little bit of a pickle. That Griffon is very powerful monster. It's a fire monster, but it hits hard. And she's left with 4 HP, but she decided to paralyze Griffon and deal with it. Hopefully she can recover the HP. Because I don't know, did you see it? She did find a blue color. She has an egg. I can't recall what floor was this egg found on. She has a stream wand. She found a sea seed that she already used on Cuny. So her Cuny is water monster. She's got the element. Oh, that's scary. That's scary.
That is. But no. She's got the earth shield. She'll be fine. Still scary, but I mean...
she can take one more hit, but that mule woke up quite fast.
Oh yeah. How will she decide to tackle this specific situation?
I think like she can take a risk and attack one more time, and that mule would be done for. She doesn't want to take the risk.
Yeah. I wouldn't have taken it either. Good on her to decide to make sure that she'll be fine.
Yeah, because she has plenty of the resources, but those resources are no good to her if she dies. Yes, no point in keeping that wind crystal anymore. She's not gonna re-entry. And floor 4. Okay, that's a very good strategy. Instead of like going directly up, she decides first to recover her HP a bit and then go up. Or maybe first fight a mule.
Yeah, because climbing a floor is the scariest thing that you can do in this game, because obviously you don't know what's going to happen on that next floor. Now, the rooms you can scout before entering them and know, like, oh, there's many enemies, I might not want to go there. But climbing is going to a new room blind. And you might be at a dead end inside that room with, like, 5 enemies in your way before exiting it, which is scary. Like, obviously this time it wasn't, and most of the time it isn't, but sometimes it's going to be a scary thing. Oh, life shield might be good.
One of the very good shields.
Oh yeah. Oh, but not necessarily better than leather, though.
Oh, it's like playstyle, I would say.
And it goes without the leather shield. All right.
She values defense over chance for dodging. So she was lucky to get the nice elevator train. She had an elevator in the same room as she spawned in the last floor, and it's the same in this one. So at this moment, the runners, the only thing that they care about is basically climbing the floor up as far as possible. And the thing is that, like, when the level loads, it always starts loading, or the camera rotates from the left top corner. So sometimes we can see elevator room already when the room loads. In this case, we didn't see that, so she didn't get that advantage, but she definitely wants to observe, or both our runners want to observe the how the camera rotates, because it can help them in their climb.
Yes, in the best case scenario, you're going to see the elevator. Sometimes you can just see an items you want to pick up, like an egg or a scroll, something like that. But yeah, when you get to see the rotation of the camera on a new floor, a better runner will always make sure to scout what little knowledge they can get. And even if you see nothing, let's say there is a room on the top left corner, and that's where the camera starts and then pans out to you. Well, if there's nothing in that room, you know you don't want to go top left. There's nothing there. So you're going to go and explore something else, right?
Lady Deme has a problem that I think everybody would want to have. She has way too many good items. She even gave up that fire crystal because, like, she didn't want to give up any of her current items.
Oh yeah, and she also passed the barren floor. Oh, that's just a one-room floor!
How can she deal with that? The elevator is not too far. I think she will have to deal with 2 monsters. Luckily, that one is Picket.
The scary part is you really don't want to mess around with that Picket, because each round you pass on this room. It's not the Picket that's the problem. Yeah. Okay, Ice Rock can go around. That's a good idea.
That's very good idea, because Ice Rock has quite high HP, so it will take them forever to destroy it.
Yes.
In the meantime, she also has to deal with Mano Eva. It shouldn't be much of a problem as she's water.
You take a hit, but he can, so that's fine. Oh, change your shield. You need to change that shield. And move. Oh, yeah, okay, she's moving. That's fine, that's fine.
Yeah, she's going straight for the elevator, and that's, I think, a good play. So the quirk with the one-room floor is that, like, okay, you can see everything immediately, but so can the monsters.
Oh yeah, they all know where you are, and they're all gonna funnel to you. She did that pretty well. Honestly, she didn't linger. She made sure that she took care of all those pickets. Yeah, it took her a long time, but again, he's gonna have to deal with it. Oh, CUNY's gonna take an extra hit.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Misplayed, but that should. Oh, or it will not. Lucky miss.
Yeah, she's good. She's out. Very nice control on that
18. She's got 4 floors to go and a little bit less than 10 minutes.
In the randomizer, we have an option to make it so all the floors are one room floor. This is scary.
I never tried that.
I was going to say you should, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so here is the thing where water CUNY is not the best or not ideal. Arachne is arguably the most powerful in terms of Rose attack power monster in the tower, because it has a trait where it simply doubles its attack power.
Yeah, but it's not triggered when you find them as enemies. He's got his normal attack power, not the doubled version.
Oh, true that. It's still strong.
Oh yeah.
And it's wind.
It's
the moment, like, is it water? Oh, sorry,
water.
Yeah, it's water. Oh yeah, my bad. Then it's
like, still scary.
Yeah. Okay to deal with, but you don't want to play around with it.
Yeah, with the hurt shield, honestly, I understand why she decided to fight it. That's probably the only situation when you want to fight one, when you have water CUNY and an hurt shield. Because if not, and even then, she took quite a lot of damage. But wow, the Lady Deme is on floor 20. That's Viper Town. Yes. 2 floors to go. This is impressive climb.
In the meantime, she used an item, one of the best when you want to climb. It's called Star Glasses. It shows you the whole floor. You know where to go. Perfect situation. One of the monsters that you can find, I think, starting from floor 6 until floor 15 is called U-Boat. We've seen it, fighting with you, being very annoying. The quirk of that monster is that it can scout the floor for you the same way as Star Glasses. So it's also one of the very useful monsters to find if you're lucky enough to have him.
Oh yeah, I think CUNY's gonna die here. Yes, sadly.
Oh yeah, so because Unicorn here, this one is definitely wind monster. So that was like not the best idea to fight it head on with water CUNY.
Oh yeah, that's kind of scary. But now she still has a resource.
Oh yeah, no problem at all. At least she got rid of the item because she had no idea what to do with it. Now she can pick up another one.
Oh yeah.
The thing is that last few floors she was climbing very fast. Usually less than a minute for a floor. This one was a little bit more than a minute. But some floors can be so annoying that you can just walk around and not find anything. But it seems that Lady Deme is so lucky that she gets elevator in the same room as she spawns. Wow. And with this one, she will probably take the game because the time left is probably not enough for Dreamy to climb.
To reach. Yeah, I think I agree.
But let's see what the runners can do. Because Lady Deme is equipped very well. This is I would say floor 40 climb.
Yeah, she's on a roll. Now, the tower is not really kind to her. CUNY was blind and everything. But other than that, she's got a good gear. She's got a good setup. So many resources.
And I think she still has 2 Olim fruits.
Does she now?
I think so. I think they found, both of the runners found 3 Olim fruits in that tower. The second tower is definitely nicer than the first one when it comes to resources.
Oh yeah.
Although she's having problems with finding all the traps now.
Oh yeah. Oh, spell ball, yep. Fire, wow.
But
yeah,
we
that
didn't.
second tower is definitely much more generous in terms of items. It's crazy.
We didn't mention that starting from floor 20, they entered something we like to call a Viper Town, right?
Oh yeah. Won't you take me to Viper Town? Oh yeah. Yeah, sure. Viper Town is scary because vipers are scary. They hit like 5 truck taped together with duct tape. They also are quite tanky. They are water monsters, which is less of a problem now that they have water cutie, but
Ooh,
still
in the
scary.
meantime,
Oh
Dreamy
no!
died on floor 10, so there is no chance really for him to reach to higher floor than Deme, while Deme is still on a roll and finding another holy scroll. 2 holy scrolls, 2 holy bells, 2 olim. That is her climb. If we had more time, I'm pretty sure that she would be able to reach floor 40 with this one. It looks
Oh
so
yeah.
good.
All right. So in the spoiler goes here.
But let's see how far can she go with those 4.5 minutes left. And she finds an elevator, so floor 23 for her. Do you know, Sun Knight, what is Lady Deme's PB?
I don't remember. It's been a while since I chatted to her about that.
And now we see the Vipers. Not only they hit hard, they're water monsters, but they also have a trait that if they attack you, they can lower your attack power, making all the subsequent attacks that you do, of course, weaker. And they can continue to do so until basically you have no attack.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is so scary. One of the weird quirks about this as well, that you might know, maybe you don't. If they can eat eggs, if they find an egg, they're gonna stop everything they're doing and they're gonna go for that egg, right? And if they do so, when you kill them, they'll spit the egg. If you hatch that egg during the tower climb, it's gonna have reduced attack as well.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I had no idea about it.
Yep, because probably it was in the juice of the viper or something. When it spits it out, it's got less than a.
And with that, we can see Lady Deme restarting her game. Oh, yeah. Both runners will load the second seed. But definitely good play from both our runners. It was very, very close race.
Yes, Keystream. I think you're mentioning yeah, a situation that might have happened to me during. It was not in the randomizer run. It was in the second tower actually. So vanilla second tower also have enemy randomizer. Enemy randomized. Sorry. And yeah, it happened to me once where there was many of us can transform into another item, and then you're gonna see 2 of the same item, one close to another, and one of them is actually a Manevan disguise, and it will pop out and attack you. Once it happened to me that one egg was there, and there was not 2 eggs, there was only one. And when I came close, it and transform attacked me, and I was like, "How can it even?" And then I realized that there was vipers on the floor. So when Manevan entered the room, there was an egg. It transformed into that egg, and then a viper came in and ate the other egg and ran away. And that was terrifying. But yeah, good match. Good match number 1 is was really nice. 23-21 is why I love the Star Tournament so much. You would think that the people with a little bit less experience might have a much different power level or experience level that would make the game really one-sided all the time, and that's what I've thought at first I might be. It's not. These runs are hype. All the runs are hype. And I really enjoy the Star Tournament so much more because of that. The runners that had a little bit less experience now I've just catched up, and yeah, this is what I want to see, like close hype match. Right, okay. They're setting up for race number 2.
Both of the seeds are okay. They match.
Oh yeah.
So we are just waiting for Dreamy to be ready, and we will start off with the match number 2.
Yes. So obviously, I would absolutely be able to see Dreamy come back during that second match. During the first match, he actually was ahead, and maybe one of the reasons why Deme catched up so well is because she went to the second climb much faster, and that second climb was a little bit more generous in terms of items. DreamyVision's got what he needs to actually climb that, but Deme as well. Obviously, she proved that. Can't wait to see that second match. It's gonna be hype.
Yeah, that is the beauty of the strategy that you can take with allowed re-entry.
Mm-hmm.
You can sometimes take a risk and decide that, like, okay, I will lose 15 or 20 minutes, but maybe the next climb will be much, much, much faster.
Mm-hmm. And it's going to be in some shape or form because you just have some levels on CUNY and probably better gear or at least spellbolt or stuff. So that's good. That's good to know that you can have much more resources that way.
I'm definitely hyped for the game 2. Let's see what they can show us.
Yep. So renaming, just real quick. We like to rename in our community. You don't lose much time, especially on your main characters. You don't lose time at all. We had a quick reset, I think. And just hope everything is fine.
I just quickly checked the situation in the bracket, and it seems that currently in Group B, where both Lady Deme and Dreamy are, Dreamy is actually currently in the lead with 2 matches won and having 4 points. But Lady Deme lost both of her matches so far, but in each of the matches, she actually did take 1 point. So she currently has 2 points. With the current win, she already has 3 points. If she wins another one, winning this whole match, she will have 4 points, which will immediately put her at the top of the bracket. Of course, there are some other tiebreakers related to that, but she definitely is not out of the game yet. She has really good chance to proceed to the next round.
But like I said, you see one runner had no win and one had all the wins, and now they're playing against one another, and she takes the first point. That's how close all the runs are. I really like that.
True that. All the runners learn every single game. I can say it myself because I actually do participate in this tournament. I love to watch all the games because I am learning new stuff every single time I'm watching the game.
And the countdown is done. They're going to be ready real quick. But before, maybe just a little bit of a refresher. They are going to have to climb in an hour the highest floor they can. It's going to be all about who can survive the most and obviously do it the fastest as well. Our tie will be decided by who gets to that floor first. But yeah, they are allowed re-entry if they die or leave. They can come back. So it's all going to be decided in around about an hour. I can't wait to see these 2 runners go at it a second time.
Oh, definitely. We should have them starting real soon.
Oh, yeah. So they're going to have... Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that basically we'll start with the same tutorial floor 1 because they have restarted their game. But because this is different seed, the tower obviously will be different starting from floor 2.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Lady Deme is... I wonder if she's going to show up the sword skip and the egg skip again. I assume so. Which is a really impressive feat in and of itself. I really like seeing players going for it. They are going to go for that same tutorial floor again. But then we're going to be inside the action.
Both of the runners opt to change CUNY's name.
Oh, yeah.
And they're off to the tower.
Oh, yeah. Not changing CUNY's name is bad manner. You really need to.
Oh, I had no idea. I have to start.
No. That's just me messing up. That's just me messing up.
I'm just always mashing the buttons.
Which is fine as well. It's all about speed, obviously. But yeah, I'll always change his name because I find it funny.
I need to think of some funny name for CUNY.
Oh, yeah.
Lady Deme always uses the same name, if I recall, and it's this 9-man. While Dreamy, I don't know whether randomly, but like he always selects different name for him.
Oh yeah. Generally, I will put a name that has to do with the last run I did, or I will call it Heart Chat or something like that.
So yes, Lady Deme decides to pick up a sword, so she will go for the tutorial skip, one of the skips. While Dreamy just picks up the sword. It doesn't save that much of time, but obviously it's supposed to be a speedrun, so every second counts, right? Save the frames.
Exactly. It's not a question of like how much you can take on ahead, but yeah, that's what you see on Dreamy's side. That discussion, it is what she skipped. It's probably a question of a second or two, but again, a second or two might be huge in the grand scheme of things.
Oh yeah, we sometimes have very, very close races where actually the seconds are the ones deciding who wins. So who knows, maybe those seconds will count.
All right. And you can see it does work. I mean, she is skipping up a lot of text, even though Dreamy is going very fast as well.
Let's see, they have another place to skip. Dreamy doesn't decide to skip this one.
I think Deme didn't skip it either.
Skip the elevator. In last game, she didn't. Let's see whether she will now. Yeah, she tried to do it, I guess, but she didn't. It can be a little bit tough because diagonals, of course, are harder to press than normal.
Yeah, especially on that PS1 game, it seems like every time you want to put a diagonal, it just doesn't work. Oh, starting with a flame is going to be scary. They need to use a fire, and even then, they might lose because flames. Oh, that's going to be scary. Also, thank you very much, SpeedGaming 4, for coming in with the raid. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Azure Dream Star Tournament. We're going to have to see if Deme can actually secure this victory with another match, or if DreamyVision can put a wrench in her wheel to see if he can actually win the next two match and come up with a victory.
So we didn't mention it in the last game. Oh, Deme actually loses her CUNY. So level 1 is the scariest level that you can be on, because your HP is so low that at least half of the monsters in the tower can get to you. So getting to level 2 is like your first basic priority. You get such a huge HP boost and defense boost that like helps you survive all those floors. And on floor 2, the scariest monster that you can meet is actually the flame. This is the only monster that you cannot really deal with on level 1 unless you use the spell ball. So let's see what Lady Deme decides to do. I presume she will try to just climb few floors, get wind crystal as soon as possible, and like in the previous game, she will probably opt to re-enter the tower with CUNY again and better resources.
Yeah, I assume she's gonna wait for a wind crystal to just get out. Oh, geez, another flame. When you're alone, that's scary. So yeah, Dreamy definitely has an advantage here. Not having lost CUNY to that encounter is huge. I can't wait to see if he can actually like turn that advantage into like a good climb. But yeah, that's definitely not where like, because one of the only thing you can actually bring from one run to the other is like CUNY's level, and right now she is not gaining any level on CUNY, so that's doubly bad for a star to lose CUNY that early.
That's why meeting Flame is so annoying as the first monster.
Oh, absolutely.
Ideally, the first monster that you want to meet is Troll, because when you kill it, it will give you 8 experience. And with that 8 experience, you will immediately level up.
Yeah, that's the weird part, is definitely the fact that for some reason, why that Flame's got some problems, I think.
Yeah, that happens when we've got those upheaval traps.
Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. The Flame is definitely a much tougher, much more dangerous monster than than a troll, and still it only gives half the XP. That's the weird part. So Flame's definitely not what you want to see first. Not only is it not a
Oh, she's in a pickle now.
oh yeah.
What can she do? So not only like Flame is stronger than a troll, but also it has a spell, and that range spell is like what actually like put them at very tough situation, because the moment she moved, that Flame decided to use the spell, and she immediately lost half of her HP.
Yeah. And also, that's the only monster on that floor that if you use a fireball on doesn't get one shot from level 1. It deals 16 and they have 20 health.
Okay, oh, that's a little bit of a misstep, but she can survive and she can get to the elevator.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she decides to Olim that Cyclone.
Probably medicinal and then fight.
But,
Alright, just wanted to make sure. I assume she's fine. She's on 4-4.
Yeah.
She's the first one there, so that's good.
And she
but
technically takes the lead.
Oh yeah, but Dreamy is right on her tail, making sure that he keeps the pressure on as well. He's definitely in a better situation. He probably ended up fighting more because of having CUNY. So yeah, but they are on the same level, on the same floor, so not too much of a difference here. Let's just see how Lady Deme tackles all this.
Yeah. Lady Deme was unlucky on that floor 2 and floor 3 with the monster. She was meeting so many flames.
Oh yeah.
The most annoying monsters here.
Yeah, going alone we call going commando. Like you said in the previous match, it does make you play faster because you cannot fight really, so your chances of survival is much lower. I would never trade having CUNY for going solo or commando, but it's true that if you're successful in running away from all the encounters and she gets sniped again, wow, okay.
Yeah, those flames really don't like her.
Oh, absolutely. She uses her second medicinal herb. This is getting a little bit scary, but I mean, as long as she gets another 7, 613, not another 6.
Oh, and a miss.
And 7 at least. So she killed it exactly at the number, so that's good.
She really wants to explore those floors, hoping for good items like Restore Scroll or maybe Wind Crystal.
Yeah, that might actually be a situation where you might want to get a little bit of good gear, Atch that Palumpa and Ulim it. Oh no, she's used the Ulim already.
Yes.
So yeah, she needs to, because if she finds good gear but no Wind Crystal, then that's all for nothing. I absolutely understand what she's doing, and I love it, but
it's a risk, but she has to take that risk.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's not gonna get easier on higher floors.
No, exactly. That Flame Sword is gonna help a lot. Two-shot that Cyclone.
Oh, like
all the medicinal.
Quite many medicinal herbs, which are definitely useful at this very moment.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime, we can see Dreamy on floor 5 trying to deal with Manuiva. He has a height advantage, so it should be a little bit easier.
He has a Flame Sword as well, so that's going to be huge. I think next hit is a kill. I get why he preferred to heal himself, but yeah, next hit should be a kill.
Safe play, that's true.
Oh yeah.
And Lady Deme also reaches floor 5. Unfortunately, it's another wood shield, so not much of an update. So she leaves it behind.
Yeah, finding the game definitely skews your shield fine into other wooden shield all the time, which is bad because that's what you start with for free. It's true it could be +2, but it could also be cursed. And you don't want to get stuck with a wooden shield that's cursed. It gives only 1 defense and then you cannot chin shield. So yeah, obviously that's not what you want to go with. And zoom! 2 balloons going away in the same match? That's kind of rare. Impressive. Oh, and there is the Wind Crystal on Dreamy's side.
Floor 5.
Lady Deme could find it. I think that's going to be an auto-use.
Oh, no!
She loses her chance to find that Wind Crystal. She doesn't know, but we do. And that is trolly as all. Wow.
Okay, she can take the hit and get to the floor 7. Maybe she will get another Wind Crystal somewhere there.
Poor Lady Deme. Oh. That is funny. That is so funny, but that
she has again taken the lead.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Commando is fast. Oh, Rust Trap is not fun.
And the bump trap. She has an upheaval trap. Sorry. Oh, that's a lucky one.
Oh yeah, I think
this-
she will
this-
take the well.
Probably, but this looks like a definitely it's a trap room.
That's a trap
see
room. Yeah.
How many...
But,
Oh,
she's
she
not
decides to explore.
Okay, that's scary. She might have been too scared of the trap room to actually check that it was a go-up trap.
But what can she do now? She's trapped between two monsters and really...
I think you take a few hits and move because, yeah. And Dreamy takes the go-up trap from the trap room and takes on the lead.
And the next room has an elevator.
Oh, that is good.
Immediately. They're able to browse through those water floors quite quickly, which is really good.
And the scary part is the second climb might not be as gentle.
Less gentle than this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
another go-up trap. Let's go. And Dreamy's on floor 10, not slowing down at all.
Elevator in the room.
Oh yeah, this is a climb. And Deme is down.
Unfortunately, she was not able to take care of that situation. But she has plenty of time to re-enter.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's actually a good thing that she died early because she was not building up to anything unless she has found a wind crystal, and she wasn't. She didn't. So at least now she can start working on something. I think CUNY. That the scary part is she doesn't have the copper and wood you get on first floor. She doesn't have anything. She's gonna have a Peter fruit and that's it.
And she doesn't have the level on CUNY, so her spell attack will be not immediately destroying all the monsters. She has to be very careful about it. Oh, so Lady Deme remembers when you die, you do keep your familiar, but it goes to the hut. If you don't pick it up, you will go to the tower without your familiar.
Yes, and lose a little bit of time because at that point you're probably better just die and move. Dreamy's in a kind of a pickle, I think. He should. Yeah, I think he's good. Is he good? Okay, good. Yeah, he is.
But there is a troll who tries to snipe him. So what will he decide to do? He wants to fight it. Okay, that makes sense. He just needs to be a little bit careful with that troll.
Yeah, he was trying to recover some HP on the elevator, but the monsters are just like, no. And he fought most of them, but now he's forced to go into floor 11 without any real recovery, without any real elf. But I mean, he's alone in that room, so that's good. Right. Deme going on to floor 1, and yeah, that's gonna be kind of rough. But I'm sure she can do it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Floor 1 doesn't have flames.
Yeah, true. So that's already good.
Oh, and there is shield immediate, and a steel one.
Wow. Okay.
Plus 2 steel shield.
Wow, that's 8.
That basically make her invincible on the floor 1.
That's more defense than the diamond shield by +1. So
you can
that's
see how much or how little that troll did. It was only 1 damage.
Oh yeah. Everything's going to hinder her for 1 for quite a while, so she can use that opportunity to get some levels in. A good shield early on is always more important than a good weapon. I am all about the weapons because with some standby strats, you can just like forego having a good shield, but still, the security of having a good shield early is so huge. Nobody can argue that. Honestly, that's just so good.
In the meantime, Dreamy is on floor 11, trying to get some experience because his ideal level that he wants to be is around 9-10.
But he's on 12 and the elevator is in the room.
With a Kraken.
Yeah, but the Kraken is sleeping, so you know the expression, let the sleeping Kraken lie, so that's good.
Unfortunately, that makes it so that we will not see blue color. And another room with elevator, but also 2 Krakens.
So Seawalker, this is not necessarily a category, this is a tournament setup. The older tournament we did was called Rock Me to the Top. This is very similar. This is called the Star Tournament. The only 2 very different thing there is one, they can leave the tower and come back in if they want during a match. So you can see Deme is actually on her second climb. And the other very different thing is this is a tournament for all the newer runners and the less experienced ones. So the way we made it a thing is that if you add a sub 1 hour time on the any percent leaderboard, you didn't have the rights to join that tournament. You became a coach and you could be a resource for the other runners to take away from, but you didn't have the choice to. You didn't have the rights to be in that tournament. So the way it ends up being is our runners are going to try to climb in 1 hour, and the highest floor they can reach in that 1 hour is going to be their score. They're going to be compared at the end of the hour, and the highest that got the highest floor is going to be our winner. So yeah, can't wait to see that. I like Dreamy's play of using those recovery balls. That's really nice. Yeah, he's using it really well. There's a strategy, not a strategy, but a kind of play we do that's called Share the Pain, which is making CUNY fight with you in melee, which most runners would not do, but Dreamy does that a lot, which is fine. And then it makes that recovery ball actually really relevant, so I really like that.
Oh yeah, otherwise that recovery ball would be sort of useless because you cannot use it on yourself unless you have another spell called Repel Ball, but usually don't. So yeah, that's a very good idea. Like take some damage off of Koch and fight with CUNY, especially on this floor, because what we can see here is that Dreamy is fighting Troll with a sword. And the quirk of a sword is that it totally ignores your shield. So no matter how good of a shield you've got, you will take damage like you wouldn't have a shield at all. So CUNY obviously never has a shield, so it will take the same damage regardless. So it can help you fight that.
Paralyzed trap. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. So Zane, I'm not sure I understand everything you wrote, but let's I'll try to clarify things. So it's a best of 3. So they're gonna play 3 match. During one match, they have 1 hour to climb as high as they can. So it's not individual matches. It's just during that hour you can climb the tower 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's not important. The important is just the highest you will be able to climb in that hour. At the end of that hour, we were gonna both compare what best floor they were able to produce. And then that's going to be a point. Lady Deme during last match, she got to floor 23. That was kind of low, like 8 or 9, and then she died and then came back in, and then she produced a 23, which gave her the match. Dreamy went with 2 runs, but it's his first one that was the highest one. So he produced a 21. So she won the first match. That's why she has a blue fruit. Now, now all of that is scratched. That's put on the side. This is match 2, and now they're both producing the highest floor they can. They're both right now on the highest floor they could produce so far. So it's 15-3. But if Dreamy dies soon, then Deme can catch up to that. So we'll have to wait and see. Jesus, the elevator train on Dreamy's side is never ending.
Oh yeah, definitely a good one. And we are currently on floor 16, which we mentioned already in the last game, is Barong floor. So, but Dreamy decides not to wait for a Barong because that Garuda there can be a little bit scary sometimes.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I get it. Honestly, the chances that a Barong produce a good item is kind of low. Fighting a Garuda is never fun. And I get it.
Yeah, fully agreed. It's always better to play safe. Most of the times. Oh, and he finds Fire Crystal and a Sea Seed. Like we mentioned in the last game, producing water CUNY most of the time has an advantage over keeping CUNY fire. And Sea Seed basically allows you to do it at any time you want, especially now that he didn't find the blue color on floor 12. That's a very good find.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And one of the moment in the tower you might not want to have water CUNY is against the pickets. So that's a good thing that he actually doesn't have that right now. That's the only part that makes it so much slower. Like water CUNY is not going to lose to pickets, but it's so much slower.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it needs to attack it like 5 or even sometimes 6 times when it's water.
Yeah, it's around about 5, I'd say.
Yeah. Lady Deme found a Blizzard sword, if I recall right, on floor 3. So she would be set to have good
Oh, but she's
situation
gonna
for
lose
Water
again.
CUNY. Oh yeah, that's a very tough situation. Pick up CUNY and run.
Okay, no, he's still got a little bit of HP, but yeah, okay, that's a
Okay,
very good
yeah,
play
yeah.
here. I agree with that. Especially with the Steel Shield +2, like, let Ko tank the hits. Oh, and Dreamy has
yeah.
lost his big Peter Fruit to a Picket.
Ooh, that's a bad one.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Big Pita especially is kind of a rare item, so losing that to a Picket is never fun.
Big Pita. Oh, and that's your
Yeah.
Picket, and he recovers it. So Big Pita Fruit recovers 100 MP of a monster, and CUNY actually has 100 MP max. So whenever CUNY loses all of its
water
MP,
crystal!
oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. The bad part about all this though is definitely the fact that this room is a dead end. So every enemies that comes in that direction will have to go into that room. He was lucky that he was not working against the current ear, because that could have been really scary. Like, there was no way he could know. But once you see a dead end, that's scary.
Oh yeah, definitely. So seems that those earlier floors of Tower 1 were a little bit annoying in terms of enemies, but then later all the elevator spawning in the same room as you are and having such good resources makes it actually pretty nice climb.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Don't wanna jinx it, but it looks good for Dreamy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's got some good resources as well. Uh-oh. I don't think that's what he wanted to do.
I'm not picking sides, but obviously I want to see more Azure Dreams, so hopefully we can see the third game.
Yeah. Commentator should never pick side except on match 2, where they should always pick the side of the one that would make it a third game. I always like more Azure Dreams, so let's go Dreamy.
Oh yeah. Sun Knight, did you know that right after this game, we'll have another game of Stars Tournament today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's another match at 6, so EDT, so that will be in an hour and a half, which should be pretty much when this match ends, unless Deme wins it, in which case they might not play a third match. But yeah, that should be like pretty much just around the corner. So there's going to be a lot of Azure Dreams today.
Definitely, and that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
For those who never played this game, it's a really fun game. It's not only climbing the tower, which is like a challenge in itself, but there is lots of other elements in this game related to breeding monsters, building a town, having a dating simulator. There are many fun quirks about this game that, like, if you never played it, I highly would recommend to try it.
Oh, absolutely. Next match is going to be Shuzo against Master Chef. So that's going to be a hype match as well. I think Master Chef has never lost a match yet, so let's see if Shuzo can actually notch one away from him. Oh, I like seeing DreamyVision going for the poison strat. It's an item I generally not use because it takes too long for dealing its damage, but I think actually this time was quite clever because that monster was far away and you had a chance to actually build up some damage on it. If this is a kill, then that was the play.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it was! Wow, let's go!
So, I think Dreamy had an elevator in the same room, which is also a go-up trap, which is like an amazing luck in itself. But I'm pretty sure he just wanted to check the room because there were so many items, so he couldn't resist.
Yeah, I would not have resisted that either. 2 cure all. Wow, okay.
What else? The Curse Scroll? It's okay, always good to have one.
That is randomization for you. Like, yeah, random RNG is a thing, and especially in this game, it's all about RNG. But 2 cure all herbs, okay, that's a thing.
And the Red Sand, which like increases the power of his sword even more.
Yeah, it was -1, but it's +1 now.
No, it was +1, so it's now +2.
Oh, it's plus. Oh, nice. And the go up trap goes up faster.
So someone mentioned in the chat that like this seed looked like your seed, being so unlucky with all those flames on floor 2, but now it looks actually pretty good.
Yeah, one thing that is fun is that is good on Dreamy's side is there was a lot of elevator chains and stuff like that, which is a thing that you get, but you know your opponent's also going to get. But that's actually not true in this specific run because Lady Deme has had to quit first tower very early, so she doesn't get any of that elevator chain that DreamyVision had. So, like, oh Jesus, okay, that's scary. That's a scary room.
Like from all that lag, I think we just jinxed it. Immediately to the room with 2 Vipers and Widows. Did you notice that Dreamy didn't even think? He just picked up his CUNY and ran.
Oh, absolutely. Now, how will he actually deal with Weedog? That's the scary part.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure it dies to. Oh yeah, okay, that's really clever. Using the AI1 strat, taking a hit on CUNY, that's gonna work.
And he still has the recovery ball, so he remembers that.
Okay.
That's why he was very comfortable with doing it, but now he has to watch out. I think his CUNY is 1 hit away from being done for.
Also, that recovery ball might have...
Oh no!
Oh no!
That was... I think he wanted to give that curb to CUNY, and now CUNY is
CUNY goes down. Is he gonna call it quit? Oh no, actually, that's a win.
Yeah, he could have handled the Widok, but what can he do from now on? Because suddenly his situation from being really, really good became like a little bit tough.
Oh yeah. But he knows how to play without CUNY, so I'm like we said, going commando is fast, unless when you die. Yep, that's a Dark Palumpa, won't even attack you, only affects your pet. You don't have a pet, then you won't affect it. So that's good.
With that, Dreamy has beaten his previous result from the previous game. He will be floor 22, which will force Lady Deme to climb to at least floor 23.
Oh yeah.
She has still plenty of time to do so, but I don't see her CUNY. Oh, her CUNY is dead.
Wow, this seed is really rough on pets.
Yes, seems that she has equipped a cursed iron sword. Oh no, yeah, it was.
Oh, light seed and blizzard sword. Okay, I like that play. So she made the bloom a fire monster, so her blizzard sword does extra damage. That's really clever because I don't think she would have won that battle if that was not the case. Exit loop, very good pickup, making sure that you can actually scout the floors you're on, and she does it immediately. And that's far away from where she was going, so that's cool. At least,
Lady Deme has a wind crystal, but she doesn't decide to use it just yet. Maybe she's still hoping for a recovery scroll, because obviously it's already 30 minutes in the game.
Yeah.
It's possible to still climb very far with the time that she has, but she probably just wants to go, oh, an unlucky poison trap right before the elevator.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Dreamy's taking a hit from a Viper. This is Viper Town. They are the king of the place. How is he going to react to that? Egg bombing? Nice.
But
that's not a kill! And he dies on floor 22! Oh, that was very close to a kill, though. Like, I really understand the play here. But the Palumpa damage was not enough by probably like a few HP. Wow.
And the problem is that all the good resources that he had are now gone. The only thing left is CUNY's level. Of course, it will make his re-entry much faster. But let's see how he can deal with all the problems that he can find in the tower. But again, like in the game 1, this gives Lady Deme a chance to pass him by. She just needs to climb, how many? 15 floors in 30 minutes.
The scary part is she's only on floor 8 and she already has some problems. Dreamy is going to climb those 8 floors real fast. CUNY's going to wreck up everything, so that's not going to be a problem. But she's got a nice inventory at least, so she can use that. She's pushing that blue.
Yeah, she's got good shield, so she can tank few hits.
Oh yeah.
And she's going straight for the and a diamond shield, but it will be actually. Ooh, that was a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, that's fine.
And that steal +1 is going to be here for Dreamy as well, so that's fine. He's going to be really happy to find that if he does. That's going to be all he needs so that CUNY can deal all its damage. Oh, it's stuck on AI1. And CUNY is gone. He changed its AI, but it was too far gone. He needs to change it back to AI1.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, yeah, just CUNY went some
okay, that's
further
good.
away. Yeah. I think like on this floor with this level, CUNY could have been whatever AI and it would survive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but that was mostly for him that I said that.
Yeah.
Like, make sure that you are fine. But yeah, that steel shield is going to be huge as well on both sides. So, oh, actually, she changed for the diamond shield.
She did, because her steel shield was only +1. Must be so that she had stepped on some rust trap. Because she was +2, right?
Yes.
And that's an additional quirk of a diamond shield, that rust traps are traps that basically lower the quality of your equipment, but only if it's if the equipment can rust. And diamonds, like in real life, cannot rust. So I guess that's why she decided to go for the diamond shield, because now she will have that 7 defense and no less.
Oh, absolutely. That's really good. And if she finds blue sands, it's still gonna work. So she can still upgrade the shield. It just cannot degrade. So that's really nice.
Oh yeah, but she's in a little bit of a pickle. Luckily, that high level or high defense shield helps her a lot. She can tank way more hits than normally she would be able to, while trying to find an exit, or I think restore scroll.
There's many things happening on her side, and I'm very impressed on how many she actually was able to deal with. But that might start being a little bit too much on her side. I think a pickup, yeah, but that doesn't work, and that's a lot of damage she take here.
And it's a wind crystal. She decided that she cannot do anything anymore, and it's better to just go back. Especially now that she has a diamond shield, so another re-entry can be sort of easier.
And DreamyVision decides to fight your rival Gauche and just pick up the herb, which is nice. Could also drop a wind crystal very rarely. I think it's 10%. But yeah, just a medicinal herb is definitely what you want to see. Teaching him a little bit of good manners, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you have to like admit that he was dealing with Gauche in a very funny way. He just ran away and let CUNY take care of it.
Absolutely. You still gotta teach him a little bit of good manners. That's really important.
And also like a little bit of tower entry experience. Never walk into the tower alone.
Oh, absolutely.
Have your familiar.
And like any 15 years old, she doesn't go to the bin or to the shop. She just drops everything in a corner in her room and hope that'll figure out itself. So yeah, Deme is ready for a third entry in 27 minutes, or actually 26. She can still do some damage. I mean, floor 23 is absolutely reachable. That's going to be scary, let's be honest. She could not gather a lot of resources on CUNY's level side. But in terms of equipment, at least she's fine. So that will help her a lot. Like, that diamond shield is huge.
Oh yeah, she can like definitely go much faster now. And let's see how well she can deal with the current situation. She's got a blizzard sword, she's got a diamond sword. Those are definitely good equipment to climb high with.
Yes, especially if she can turn CUNY into water. That's going to be huge at blizzard sword. Right. Dreamy having to deal with a lot of flames, which is fine because CUNY's gonna wreck him up, no problem.
Oh yeah, and also Dreamy found that steel shield that Lady Deme found in the beginning, so his defense is also in good shape. He doesn't have to really worry much.
I'm surprised I didn't see a lot of that earlier on, and now I see Dreamy's just like, I know he knows, so I guess it took a while to just like, oh, that's true, I can do that. If you pick up CUNY and throw him, and he's on an AI that he can fight, he will get firsted after being thrown. So when he's so strong compared to every enemy, you can just like throw CUNY away, and he'll take care of all the problems for you.
Okay, let's see what kind of equipment can Lady Deme find. She's got a steel sword, which is not bad, especially for floors where blizzard sword wouldn't be good. But obviously we all still hope for matching elemental wand. What kind of seeds can she find here? Light seed, that's not bad. Malicious bell.
Seawalker, it's the highest floor they can produce in that 1 hour time. So even though Deme is on floor 1 now, her highest is what, 8, I think? So
yeah.
her score is 8 right now. It's not 1. So it's what they can produce in an hour. So DreamyVision's score is still 22. So that's really, really high. Can't wait to see if actually Deme can reach that, but that's going to be rough.
Lady Deme decided not to take the elevator, and I think she wants to get her level.
Yeah, I guess the first level, and maybe looking for gear in a floor that's really, really safe.
But now that she's level 2 already, she got her HP boost. She'll probably be more comfortable with climbing fast.
Yeah, and we often talk about how finding a flame early is scary, and she experienced that firsthand, so having their second level is going to make all the difference in that specific combat situation.
In the meantime, Dreamy is still exploring floor 5.
Oh yeah.
Because like we mentioned earlier, until floor 5, you do want to explore probably as much as possible so that you can get all the equipment there is. And starting from floor 6, when it's getting a little bit tougher, you just want to go fast. And Pillar Ball is definitely a good find. It's the strongest of the fire spells that you can find.
Yeah, it's just a mirror shield that reflects the magic. It's a 75% chance to proc. So yeah, that's definitely something you might want to see, but I still think Leather Shield is better. They both does not rust either, so I really like both. Diamond is not bad. I'd call it third best shield. But yeah, Leather and Mirror are definitely my jam. Mirror is also very rare.
In the meantime, Dreamy shows just like how good his defense and how powerful CUNY is, because he can just walk away from those hordes of monsters. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he doesn't even care.
Alone only like gives him 4 damage. Ooh, that's a little bit of a miss.
Yep.
But no problem with that situation. Flame dealing only 1 damage. That's nothing.
Yeah, he's not really scared about that.
Ooh,
yes, Walker, Leather increases your dodge from 4 to 12%, which is huge, tripling your dodge chances a lot. Especially when you fight enemies that hits you for so much damage that the 7 defense from a Diamond Shield is not worth anything anymore. Dodging the full blow is always relevant, though.
And a lucky floor 6 for Dreamy with an elevator in the same room. But of course, because he's so powerful, he decides to go and check the ball, because balls are always good.
Yeah, almost always. Recovery is not considered a great find most of the time, but he made a lot of actual good play with his recovery ball last run, so I assume he's actually quite happy to find this one this time.
He still doesn't have any weapon. I guess like he probably found some swords, but decides not to equip them because like they might be cursed, and then he would be stuck with that weapon. And probably he's still hoping to find a wand somewhere in the elevator.
Yeah, in terms of swords, I would only ever equip the elemental ones. And maybe a vital sword in some situation, but I assume not even. Because their drop in accuracy is so huge compared to wands, I don't want to gamble on that.
Yeah, and his CUNY is so powerful that he doesn't really need it. He just lets CUNY deal with everything.
Yeah, that's one good luxury you have, is at some point you can just decide to scout more items. He doesn't have to have a weapon now. So, yeah. I don't know if he has a CC. Maybe. That'd be nice. But you might...
I don't think so. I didn't see him picking it up.
I still would think that even if he has one, I would wait to see if I ever find any elemental one or elemental weapon before changing CUNYs. And I would do so only when CUNY's damage is not as relevant anymore. Because if he changes it into water and find a scarlet one just after, that's going to be great.
That's a combo that we discussed in the last game. He just found a repel ball,
Oh yeah.
Which would let him to actually heal himself with the recovery ball.
Oh yeah.
But he doesn't pick it up. That's not that useful of a strategy. It's just like very situational.
Oh yeah, absolutely. A wind crystal.
And we get a life wand.
Life wand. Let's go. Life hype.
Definitely, Dreamy is set for very high climb.
Oh yeah. Life wand is huge because it life steals 1/8 of the damage you deal, which might seem a lot, kind of low, and it is. But especially when you have a good shield like he does right now, it starts adding up real quick. If an enemy hits you for 5, but you lifesteal 3 on the next turn, it actually only hits you for 2. So
he does have a CC.
Oh yeah,
and he uses it immediately.
Yeah, he was waiting on a weapon because as soon as he finds a life one, he uses CC. So I guess what I said is exactly his thought process is didn't want to use a CC and then find a Scarlet one, right?
Very lucky antidote herb, which could have been used immediately, having uni poisoned and all.
And we have SpeedGaming 5 rating us with 11 people. Welcome everyone to the Star Tournament for Azure Dreams. Deme has won the first match because DreamyVision is fighting real good on that second match, and I'm pretty sure we will have a third one on our tail in just about. So they finished this 18-minute one. We're going to get into match 3.
Ooh. That's an egg on floor 8. I think it has a chance to be a U-boat.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, Dreamy should have truth glasses, so we may be able to find out pretty soon.
Oh yeah. You generally want to find eggs on 11 to 19. I think you can find Garudas, but the second best choice is these early eggs where you can find U-boats. So yeah, that could be huge, especially since when you find U-boats, you can also find clowns, which are also great. So 3 misses in a row,
and with a wand.
Oh, let's go. Okay, at least. Like it's a 99% base accuracy of one. So wow. Okay, that was a string of events. Like it's not always 99%. Ko as a wave pattern for his accuracy, so it goes up and down, up and down, up and down every X amount of turns, and so the highest is 99, but it can go as low as like 91%. But even if it was at its lowest, which is 90, wow, Maneva jukes on Deme's side. Let's go.
That's a really nice showcase of the game knowledge.
Oh, absolutely.
So all the monsters have an aggro range, after which when they see you, they will just follow you all the time. Monsters are aggro whenever they see Cuny with 2 tiles away. But Manoiva is different, that it gets aggroed only when it's right next to the next to Ko. So if you make your movements very carefully, you can take care of the Manoiva in that sense that you can just lose her and not take care of her at all. You don't have to defeat her.
And she did it great. Like that was a very good manipulation of their AI. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's one of the very new strategies, so not everybody has to know about it yet.
Yeah, it's been discovered a while ago actually, but it's been passed as a it took in popularity really. It's not been a long time, yeah.
In the meantime, I did take a glimpse of Dreamy's inventory, and unfortunately, the deck was a balloon, which is not very, very exciting.
It could have been nice if you got that early. If you intend on re-entry, you can make those early floors much faster. But I don't think it would be worth to actually grind that balloon just so you get a chance to climb faster.
Definitely. Dreamy reaches floor 10, while Deme is on floor 8. So now that Dreamy has... another blue sun. Now that Dreamy has a water Cuny, this floor 10 and all subsequent until we reach wind floors, they should be pretty easy.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna pass through everything without a problem. Life Wand is still relevant on these floors as well. It's gonna take a long time before it's not anymore.
Even Krakens wouldn't be as scary as they normally are.
Yes.
Oh, there was an elevator. He was so quick, he passed it. Okay, like Dreamy has really good luck. So maybe those 3 misses with a 1 that he had in a row, maybe that was like Tower's way to say like, hey, like you're doing too good.
I'm gonna try to slow you down, but it didn't work. He's still running.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's already floor 11. So he can pick up blue color on floor 12, like we mentioned earlier. Although now that we've got only like 13.5 minutes left in this game, that's not very desirable strategy because, of course, like hatching an egg, fusing and everything, it takes time. And that's something that our runners don't have much left of in this game.
No, exactly. Oh, and Lady Deme. Oh, she fixed that. That's fine.
Oh, but that clown is aggroing her. So what can she do about that binding? Yeah, that will save her. But now she has to deal with a clown. Blaze should take care of it also, because clown is wind monster, Blaze is fire, so it has elemental advantage.
Yeah.
But then she walks into another bloom. She doesn't have good luck with those monsters.
Yeah, she's been pretty unlucky on that second run, that second match, but she's made the best of the bad luck she had, so still impressed.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's gonna slow her down a bit.
She's showing us how to deal with tough situations.
Oh yeah.
And another bloom. And this one has also height advantage. So Olim, she's not thinking much about like, okay, I don't want to like deal with it. Just like get rid of the monster immediately. Because again, she doesn't have much time left, and she knows that like she knows that she didn't reach high in the first entry, which was I think floor 8. Mm-hmm. She doesn't know obviously where Dreamy is, but she can more or less assume that like floor 8 might be not high enough to win the game, so she definitely tries to speed up.
Yeah, your best way to see the things at that specific situation is probably, well, I died early, so I hope that my opponent died early as well. But in that specific case, that's not true. Dreamy has reached floor 22. That's going to be rough on her to actually reach floor 23 in that amount of time. And she goes for the egg bomb. That's a balloon. That's a kill. That's good. And then she can just run away. But yeah.
And she gets an elevator. That is good. She will take a hit for CUNY, but that's not a big problem.
Nope, she's good. 9. Oh, Dreamy is blind though. Okay, he good.
And maybe you said it too early. Elevator train?
Let's go!
Floor 10. And blue color on Dreamy's side, so should he find an amazing egg and wanted to fuse it, he would have a chance now.
Oh yeah, and he can actually fight that Kraken, which is not something we're gonna say often. Oh, that CUNY's still gonna take a lot of damage.
Oh yeah. And
but he actually won!
Oh yeah, the problem was that like even though you will not take the reflect damage because you're using the one, CUNY still will.
Oh, I would look at CUNY's HP. 29, no, 29 is fine. But yeah, you've seen it first here, guys. This is co-fighting 2 Krakens in a row.
And being proud about it, like, give me more, give me more.
Bring him more.
So and what, monster then with all the Krakens?
Oh, maybe not. That might be a little bit too much. Oh, monster dance. It's been a while since we've seen one. Is that a commentator curse?
Maybe the seeds are simply like more generous to the runners nowadays.
Yeah, because I don't make as much seed as I used to.
oh yeah, nowadays, for those who don't know, this game is seeded in that sense that like both of the runners are playing the same towers. And the seeds previously were sort of created by different commentators. And nowadays, instead of commentators creating the seed, we've got a bot doing the seed. So maybe now, simply thanks to that, the games are a little bit easier.
Why did people don't like my seeds? They were interesting and full of actions.
Exactly, more exciting. I would fully agree. Like Lady Deme showed us, nothing more exciting than losing a CUNY on floor 2 to a flame.
Yeah, and I had nothing to do with that. You can still blame me.
Well, you're commentating, so who knows?
That's true. But I'm very impressed. She was in a very bad situation on floor 7, and now she's on floor 11 with some HP on with her. That's really nice. Considering on floor 7 she was fighting blooms and kind of losing. She at some point had only like 4 or 3 HP. But yeah, she recovered from that. She didn't get frazzled too much, and now she's back into the action. Not sure. Well, I say not sure she can reach 23, but honestly, that's 9 minutes. That's not too bad. She would need to get some kind of a train, but she would also need for Dreamy not to actually increase on that, and he's actually doing pretty well.
And I think he even like decided to speed up, because you can see that like he's more or less stopped fighting. He's just going straight for elevators. He noticed probably the timer, and
yeah, we got one community member called that process of going YOLO Vaders, which I absolutely like. And I think most runners decide to go YOLO Vader a little bit kind of late, like for the last 2 minutes. But that won't change much in 2 minutes, right? So going YOLO Vaders like 8 minutes away from the end of the match, I think I like a lot. Yeah, it might get you killed, but like he already got a very good floor count, which is 22. And if he wants to improve on that, he's gonna have to double up on speed, and that's what he's doing.
True that, and it's like paying off so far.
Oh yeah,
because he's got plenty of the resources. He's got 7 minutes to use them, so why not use them now? In the meantime, Lady Deme has to fight a Kraken, and we can see that like having fire CUNY makes it a little bit tougher task. Okay, Holy Bell. The Kraken will go away. She can pick up Flame Ball, Blue Collar, but of course, in this case, Blue Collar will not be used anymore.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's a scary volcano because he can one-shot her.
Okay, Dreamy reaches floor 16 with an elevator.
Yes.
In the room, so it's floor 17 for him.
Oof, I was scared. I thought this ball might have been chargeless, but she's fine now. She can move on. And Dreamy is fighting sword trolls, which are scary in and of themselves, but I mean he's in a good position.
Okay, he doesn't want to deal with that picket. Pick it up. Get rid of it. Forget about it.
You gotta yeet them.
Oh no! That's a bad luck. And unfortunately, Lady Deme like falls on floor 12. So Dreamy takes the game.
On which floor did she die?
12. 12 or was it 13? 12.
12, alright.
So yeah, we will have a tiebreaker.
Oh yeah!
Just in about few minutes while our runners get the next seed ready.
Yeah, that was an impressive comeback. I like seeing Dreamy actually fight tooth and nails. He actually produced 2 really good times. Like this one is actually ended, but I feel he might have reached that 22 again at least, and maybe more.
Oh yeah,
climbing with CUNY. Oh yeah, exactly. Climbing with that high level CUNY was definitely a walk in the park. And the good thing is he was actually accruing a very good inventory, having the possibility to rely on CUNY instead of using items. So like the ratio at which he leveled CUNY really fast and then left and then came back definitely helped him in the long run.
Another good showcase of like what Azure Dreams can be from both of the runners.
Oh yeah.
Sun Knight, did you notice that you are getting some love for your seeds from the chat?
Oh! I didn't check chat for just a second. Now I see love for my seed. Let's go! Thank you, Wugga. You're definitely my my cooperative. Sendai seeds are the best. I would not ear otherwise either.
Let's still hope that the third seed that our runners are loading up now are not really famous Sand Knight seeds. Let's check Lady Deme's seed is fine. I think Dreamy didn't see our message, so he's still trying to climb higher.
All right, so he confirms he's seen the message just now, so we will be loading and setting up for third seed. Was Lady Demis seeds good?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So 62-16, all right. Excellent. No, Ski Stream. I absolutely disagree. Wooga is somebody with a lot of clever and wise words. I absolutely approve of his message.
Well, you have to listen to the current world record holder, right?
Yeah, exactly. What you said. Well, yeah, it's fun to have sometimes a rougher seat just for
It's a shame that we ran out of time because Dreamy's inventory really looked impressive. Had 4 holy bells, had water CUNY, good life wand. That was a climb.
Absolutely.
Balloon and troll. Those are not so exciting eggs.
No, that's not. But I mean, 4 holy bells. Absolutely
yeah.
good. And he's resetting, making sure that he's getting ready for the third seed against Lady Deme. This is the final round. Nowhere to hide. Right now, the winner of this round is the winner of the whole match. That's going to be a crazy hype third match.
Oh, definitely. With what the runners showed us so far, we are up for really, really exciting game 3.
Absolutely. They both showed that they had the skills to actually climb it because they all have 1 victory. The seed is nice on. Good. They both showed that they had the skills. They both showed that they had the knowledge. So how they will apply it to that specific tower is what I want to see now. I want to see both their skill set cranked to 11. This is the match to win.
Definitely. So in the meantime, we can see that Dreamy's seed is okay.
Yep.
You just have to wait for him to go outside the house, and we can start the last game in this match.
Oh yeah.
Can we see some hype from the chat for the last game?
I agree. Let's go. Show me some hype.
Hype! And the message is heard. We are getting our first hype.
Let's go! Hey, welcome in, Matt Turtle. I'm happy that you actually have to see us live now. Welcome to the Star Tournament. I hope you will enjoy these matches as much as we had. And if you want more, is that not a good situation to tell you that there is another match just after this one? So in 53 minutes, there's going to be another match on SpeedGaming for the Star Tournament. You might actually end up catching much more than what you're going to get just right now.
And if that is not enough for you, there is another match tomorrow morning. It's gonna be 11 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. So it's actually not morning. It's after. It's at night. Somehow I thought that it's in the morning. Well, you will have to wait a day for more Azure dreams. But
I'm sorry if I messed that up, Septic Tank, and most importantly, Matt Turtle. Whatever. I'm French, so we don't pronounce this H at all. So and that's kind of a thing that I always have a problem with. I'll get better.
Okay, we should have our runners starting real soon. I will restart my timer as well so that we can track everything.
Yeah, it should be just a second before they start. There was always a little bit of a delay between the countdown and the start, but for them, it's going to be exactly the right time. It's just that we do see things a little bit late, and they're gone.
They go. Yep.
Gonna give Sen a hard time. That's fine.
So, Sun Knight, while our runnies are again doing tutorial floor, can you tell us in our chat, where can I learn more about this game?
Oh, incredible. Maybe you would want to follow that Discord link. So following that Discord link, it will end up in our Discord, which is where all of us actually gather to talk about the game, speedrun it. But it's not only about speedrunning, it's also about just the love for the game, arts. We have artists that makes really cool stuff and start opening up some shops and stuff like that. We have music. We have a lot of stuff about the game itself. This is where you can actually end up finding more about the tournament matches, trying to catch them live. This is definitely the place to go if you want to come in. And I might actually post it again because we have a raid from SpeedGaming to 28 people. Hello, everyone.
Welcome.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely feel free to join our Discord if you want to see more about that game. We are going to set up, like I said, tell you when the next tournament matches are. If you are looking for resources or anything about the game, we will make sure that you get all of that.
And like somebody mentioned today in the Discord, I think we might be the only place where we don't only like play Azure Dreams, so our game, but we also play Minecraft, where we build Azure Dreams world. Maybe you want to say more about it?
Yeah, sure. We're trying to see if we can make up Monsbaya, which is the name of the town where the tower is in Minecraft. Because obviously, the more Azure Dreams we can get, the more Azure Dreams we're happy about. That's been a lot of fun so far. So yeah, that's a community activity we do as well about the game. That's a good and relaxing way of enjoying like being with friends and stuff like that. I like it.
And like maybe you can see in the chat a running joke sort of in our community is that like if you have anything to blame anybody for, you can always blame Sand Knight. Like to be blamed for everything.
Yeah, there's even an emote called Blame Sand. So if you come into our Discord, you'll be able to blame me in icon form, in an emote form. So yeah, where else can you even do that thing?
Of course, Sun Knight is an amazing person. He not only like plays this game very, very well, has very high level of knowledge about it, but he's also very helpful. So if you have like any question about the game, I'm pretty sure that you don't only have to blame him. You can simply ask him questions, and he will be there to help you.
Yeah, always happy to help new runners and or anybody that needs help with anything. That's definitely my gem in this Discord. I just love helping and making sure runners that want to start this or just get more Azure Dreams in their vein, I'm going to be here to help you get that. No problem.
In the meantime, we can see our runners already beating tutorial floor. They're on floor 2.
Oh, yeah. So the run started.
Oh, for a while I thought that Lady Deme would go to floor 3. But no, she decides to like scout the whole floor, which is probably very, very good choice.
Yes.
Because this floor is sort of easy. You definitely want to get all the equipment that this floor offers.
Yeah, DreamyVision finds the early troll, which is definitely the first, the thing you want to see first. Gets an early level up. And now nothing in this floor should be scary.
And now Deme also finds it, so she'll be level 2. Hopefully no more problematic flames for her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now this floor is not going to be a problem anymore. Unless they get like beat up by a lot of monsters at the same time. But,
Pick of the devil.
Yeah, exactly. So
and Flame decides to send a like welcoming message from afar.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Hey, I'm here. Don't forget
It's not
me.
only range; it's also stronger than their attack, so that's always scary. But she should.
Oh yeah.
They're exploring floor 2 as much as they can. She actually will reach floor level 3 real fast. I think this enemy's going to give it to her. Oh no, but she's probably pretty close.
Oh yeah, the amount of trolls that she finds. Because troll is basically the best monster that you can find around those early floors in terms of experience. Not only
absolutely.
it gives you immediate level up from level 1, but also it gives you quite good experience for the next few levels.
Yeah, exactly. And the first level is at 8, and the second floor is at an extra 16. So, yeah, you can get there really, really fast. Trolls gives you 4 experience, but you get double experience if you're lower level than the enemy you fight. So that's why if troll on level 1, since they're level 2, they're going to give you the full 8 you need. Actually, they give more than that. They give 16 XP if you're a lower level, but you do share your experience with your pet. So you can get 16 XP from them if you fight them on level 1 without CUNY.
That is correct, but we definitely like having CUNY. He's been helpful in so many situations, so we want him to get a little bit of our experience too.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things we see often in newer runners, where they look at the world record and they see that they don't even use CUNY. They're like, okay, I want to run this game, so I'm going to learn playing without CUNY. And I'm like, yeah, we learned to play without CUNY from our many hours of experience with him. Maybe you should learn to crawl before you learn to walk. This is a very scary game, even with CUNY. So running without is definitely, like, when I do a tournament match, I never go without CUNY. That's not a thing.
I fully agree. You have to remember that all those perfect games, they're basically one of hundreds, maybe even attempts. Because most of the time the RNG is not so lucky that it will give you everything you want. Most of the time it will treat you very, very badly.
Oh yeah, I don't know if Fuga's still in chat, but he is definitely our world record holder right now by a mile. And if I could just ask him around about how much tries he did before he got that very good world record that ended up burning in flames because CUNY was not there, I would be very... I'm pretty sure that was a high number.
Oh yeah. In the meantime, we could see that Dreamy found a stream wand. Having him very much water CUNY strategy, that's a really, really good find for him.
Oh, absolutely. That could be huge.
Yeah, going back to that familiar-less climb of the tower topic, I don't think that I've ever seen a showcase of this game in any marathon setup or anything like that, where anybody would actually show it off without familiar, because it's simply so RNG heavy and so unlikely that you will succeed that nobody will take the risk.
We did some of these during the older tournaments when we did friendly third. So when we did a match that had no it wouldn't change the score, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes during that friendly third, we would mess up with a lot of things, including doing glitch entry. My favorite one was doing Palumpa %, which is you need to edge the Palumpa as soon as you can. You can never bag him, and you need to make it survive for as long as you can and climb at the highest. That was starting to become a thing, but then that was kind of late in that last tournament, so it didn't pick up. But I really like doing Palumpa %.
In the meantime, we can see that Wuga actually did tell us it was only over 200 runs. Assuming that each run is average 30 minutes, what do you get?
Oh yeah, a lot of time, and I can safely say for sure that you can only make it work because of the experience you gather during the other type of runs. But yeah, SpeedGaming Portuguese coming in with the 22 extra people. Hello everyone.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't know how to say hi in Portuguese. Do you happen to know?
Unfortunately, no. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna say Portuguese hello. I hope that'll work. But yeah, welcome to the match. This is a star tournament. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this today, so that's gonna be fun.
Oh yeah, this is the last game of today's match. It's best of 3. Currently, our runners won 1 game each, and this is a tiebreaker. They're just starting, as you can see in the timer. It's only like 9th minute of the game. They have 1 hour to climb as high as they can in the tower.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And it's not only a tie in terms of point; it's also a tie in terms of floor. They're both on floor 4, so it's nice to see that that third match they don't want to let go any of them. Yeah, it's still early in the match, but you don't want to let somebody get an early lead. Oh, Mazar Seed on the elevator room as well. That's nice.
Okay, and Dreamy opts to like use it immediately.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes runners decide to wait with it a bit because, like Sunlight mentioned already, there is a curve in terms of like how much experience you need to gain a level, and of course you need less experience on lower levels. So maybe you want to wait with gaining free level until higher levels. But that's also one of the options to like use it immediately and having a little bit safer climb.
Absolutely. It can be used early, and I like why he did that. The thing I like the most, actually, from Dreamy's play is a lot of people will use it on CUNY, because CUNY's part of damage calculation for Flame Sword is really huge early on, but it's not true later on. And so I generally prefer to give it to Ko because it gives you more HP, more defense, and attack is a good part of the damage calculation as well. So I think Mazar Seed on Ko is definitely the good play. That's what I like to see from the Yumi side. Rather than using it on CUNY, which would give you a little bit more firepower, maybe, especially early on. But it won't give you more tankiness. So I like seeing Mazar Seed on Ko.
Fully agreed. Unless you're playing this game casually. In that sense, of course, like Koch basically has no advantage in like subsequent re-entries because he always starts from level 1, but your familiars keep the level, so in such case you may want to use Mazar Seed on your familiar. But in this setup, tournament setup, speedrunning setup, majority of times you want to use it on yourself.
Absolutely. He could have used it on CUNY, telling himself like, if I ever do re-entry, then I'm gonna keep it. But that's going with the mindset that you intend to lose. And while I can absolutely understand why you might think the tower is going to like throw a wrench in your run at some point, which is true, you still need to have the mindset that you're going to produce your best run right off the bat, right?
Mm-hmm. I can just think of one situation where you would want to use Mazar Seed on your familiar while doing the speedrunning, and it's actually from something that I just watched like a few days ago or rewatched it. It was your race against Horza, if I remember correctly, from Boss 2019 showcase. And I think in game 1 you found an Arachne egg. So this is a situation where you may want to use Mazar Seed on your familiar, because basically that Arachne cleared the tower for you. You didn't fight almost anything.
Yeah, exactly. That makes a lot of sense then. Because you want this stats. Arachne's going to fight melee for you, so that's good.
So yeah, that's one thing. Our runners, our members, community have played this game a lot. There are plenty of videos either in our that you can find links to either on our Discord or even on Twitch. So if you like what you're seeing and you want more, and you cannot wait for another game, definitely just search for it. There's plenty of showcase of what this game can be.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things that builds up over time that you might not realize at first. But we have made a lot of matches. I was looking for that on the internet of late, and I realized, geez, it's already our like 4th or 5th tournaments, and each tournament produces like around about, I don't know, 50, 60 matches. No, that might be too much, but I mean, it produces a lot of matches. And if you put them end to end, there's a lot of Azure Dream content on the internet now. Especially since before we made this community, any Azure Dream content, you would type Azure Dreams in YouTube, you would get like, what, 3 things? And it's probably mostly just casual Let's Plays, which is fine. But now there's a lot of things.
And just like to go back to game for a while, on floor 5, Lady Deme was in a little bit of a pickle in an elevator room where she was just about to like go up. She found a very, very annoying trap called what is it called? The one that like transfers you away.
Sorry, what?
Basically, the trap that like separates you from
Oh,
CUNY.
warp trap.
Yeah, warp trap. So basically, she got separated from CUNY. When she's separated from CUNY, she cannot use mixture magic. CUNY on its own is not always very powerful, especially against water monster. So it was very scary situation that like she had to run back quickly to CUNY to get him back, because if CUNY engaged in a fight with something that he wouldn't be able to take on, he would simply die, and Lady Deme again would be in a tough situation where she doesn't have her familiar. Luckily, that didn't happen. She was able to find CUNY back, and she's now on floor 8, while Dreamy is on floor 10. And one other sort of exciting thing is that Lady Deme found an egg on floor 6. I'm not sure whether Dreamy picked it up, and that egg can be a clown, right?
Oh,
can it be also a U-boat? I don't think it can.
Yeah, it can be both.
Oh, it can.
Yeah, the way it works is it's not based off where the enemy monsters appear. It's every 5 floors the pool of eggs changes, and from 5 to 9, it can be 5 to 10. It can be all of these sets of monsters, so it does include U-boats and
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Most importantly, and I recently heard about that, programmers discovered that on your first climb from New Game, floor 1 to 5 cannot have any eggs on it. That's not going to happen ever. If you find an early egg, it's always going to be from 6 to 10, and it's always going to be one of these ones. So it's always nice.
Definitely. Floor 1 to 5 are not very exciting eggs anyways. The only one that could be useful to our runners is probably Cyclone, that could lower down MP usage of CUNY. That is definitely useful.
There's a lot of good choices. Like, Cyclone might not be the best, but it's definitely a good boost, like making sure that you don't lose too much MP on what you're doing. Clown would probably be one of the best, but definitely U-boat would be the one you're looking for. But yeah, that means that there's at least a few choices that you'd be like, oh yeah, nice, we can move with that. After that, when you get on floor 11, then like Dreamy is, if you find an egg there.
Lady Deme miscalculated her damage, and she lost to a clown.
Yeah, the stream 1 probably didn't help here, and the clown was on high elevation as well. That's 2 things that might have played against her. Oh, but I mean, Dreamy's fighting against a
Griffin.
Yeah, in a single wide corridor, single tile wide corridor. That's scary. Yeah, the sleep ball, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. If that Griffin fired a spell, he would be done for.
Oof.
Which I think we've seen in the last game. Somebody lost to a Griffin. I can't recall exactly who.
Griffins are scary.
Luckily, he deals with it. He finds an exit loop and an elevator, and he goes to... Oh, not yet. He decides to like recover his HP a bit and also fight those Dreamies because they're a good source of XP without being too scary of monsters.
I generally stop grinding when I'm at level 9 because the curve of experience from 9 to 10 is so high. And those Dreamins are a good source of experience, but from going from level 9 to 10, it's actually not that much. Going from 9 to 10 is a lot of experience you need.
Yeah. I think he also wanted to recover his HP a bit.
Yeah.
But I fully agree with you, because on floor 12, at least, whenever I play, I always try to find blue color. And in that process, usually you have to find something, so you'll get some occasional XP.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right, but yeah, Dreamins are not really scary for him right now. He can actually absolutely wreck all that up.
They can be annoying.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sure. If they put you to sleep, then you might be in trouble. But since they hit you after they put you to sleep, you have a 50% chance of waking up. So unless you're already in melee with other monster, that is also not always very scary. It depends.
And here we go. Dreamy finds blue color and immediately goes for a Palumpa egg. So we'll see another water CUNY. Do I recall right that he has a stream wand?
Yeah, he does. So that's going to be a huge boost. Is he going to use it right off the bat?
Seems so.
Oh, okay. So he's not yet at the fated level 10, where you would get the whole bonus from Neobrid, but that's still going to be huge, especially with a stream one. That's where the most of the damage is going to come from.
Oh yeah, the upcoming floors should be much easier until he reaches wind floors, and that's where the water CUNY will be a little bit troublesome.
Yeah, but he has a fireball, so he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, there are ways to deal with it, and
Oh,
our
absolutely.
runners showed the capabilities of using those means.
Oh, absolutely.
Now fighting that Griffon should be a little bit easier. Should
Oh,
be a
yeah.
two-shot.
35. Yep, he did what, 16? Just the floor before?
Yeah.
I think it was 16, now it's 35. That's more than double. That's a lot of damage.
Yep. Because when you have a wand, you get a multiplier, and when you get a matching wand, you get even higher multiplier.
And he's also fighting an enemy on which he has the advantage as well.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that could be a rough situation. Okay, luckily CUNY decided to attack the Griffin, so that should be a kill.
Griffin should be taken care of, and Newell, even though it hits hard, he can be dealt with.
Yeah, honestly, it's fine.
2 shots and it should be fine. It's much more annoying when you've got fire CUNY, because then you usually have to like use 3 or even 4 shots to get rid of that Newell. Ooh!
Oh, from high elevation,
move.
that's scary. Oh yeah.
Luckily, unluckily, he uses Rise spell. Spells don't take height advantage into calculation, so it didn't matter that he had this disadvantage.
It's true that they don't take elevation into consideration, but there is a line of spell that are called the line spells that shoot in a straight line. They actually, the spell dies off at any elevation higher or lower they touch. So they shoot in a straight line. I think it's 7 or 8 tiles long, but if there is an elevation difference in like 2 tiles, it'll stop there.
And another showcase of how to fight Krakens.
When they sleep, yeah.
Krakens are not scary. Just, hit them twice.
Yeah. You say not scary. That one is going to be scary because it's away. Yeah, AI 1 might be a very good idea here. I don't think the mixed magic is going to be enough, though. I mean, you can take the hit, but that's going to hurt. Last time he had
one more hit is needed.
Okay, he good, but I mean, CUNY is very low health right now.
Yes. So the Kraken has 55 HP, so he was like a little bit less than 10 HP left after those 2 attacks. He still cannot AI 1 Kraken without taking damage.
Mm-hmm.
Unless he would attack him twice, which is possible with AI 1.
Yeah, probably could have done it, but he was already too close in melee for it to do the double attack at that point. But in a perfect situation where you have distance, yeah, you probably can.
Yeah, so we've got Dreamy reaching floor 15. He's in a pretty good shape.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Lady Deme tries to climb back the tower. She already has a sword and a shield, which should give her a little bit better survivability. She finds a water crystal, which is very, very good. That's basically like free recovery for CUNY.
Absolutely, that's really nice. It does recover HP, MP, and status effect for all your monsters that are actually colored at that moment, which is a lot. Especially the MP part, where you actually end up like... it's the equivalent of like full MP, so for a monster like CUNY that has 100, that's the equivalent of 2 Bitter Fruits, so that's really good.
Oh, and now we are welcomed by 2 more raids. Our German restream of SpeedGaming, welcome, and also the main SpeedGaming channel with 39 people. Welcome. Sandman, tell us what we are doing here.
Yeah, we're doing the Star Tournament for Azure Dreams, so this is a tournament that is mostly focused on runners with a little bit less experience. So to make it a thing, we actually decided that the #1 rule would be if you have a sub 1 hour any % run, you cannot join this tournament. Instead, the veterans, we call them, became coaches, a resource you could use to actually up your game. So anybody with a less good time could actually uses those veterans to show them some tricks and stuff like that. And thanks to them, we actually made up a very interesting tournaments with runners that maybe have played a little bit less of this game. There even was in the tournament one or two runner that never played the game before, so that was really really fun to see into actions.
Yeah.
But the fun thing so far is that even the players that never have played the game before starting to practice ended up giving a lot of good results. Using the resources we had 1 month practice before the tournament, and in that 1 month of practice, some of the runners ended up becoming really good, and that was definitely the thing we're going for. Yeah.
Like we mentioned earlier already, many times when you're playing any percentage for time, what counts really is RNG. It's not that much of knowledge of a game. Of course, it's important, but RNG is definitely way, way more important than that. So we have here runners that actually do have very good understanding of how this game works and how you can deal with the situations. It's just that maybe they didn't want to like put time into like running for speed, or maybe they never really like care about playing for speed, and they're still showing us very, very well how this game should be played.
Yeah, I remember Dreamy has participated in almost all our tournaments. I know Deme has participated in all the tournaments since the beginning of the community, but I think she just didn't want to put as much time as the other runners did. And so while she was doing a lot of commentary and obviously learning from that as well, she was never able to produce the greatest amount of results. But man, like during this specific tournament, she has grown so much. And like you said, it's not about not having the knowledge. She had the knowledge, but it's maybe a little bit more about having to deal with these specific situation in real time. And she's learned from that so much. I'm really, really proud of her.
For example, right now we can see on Dreamy's side how he beautifully dealt with this unicorn. Unicorn is a wind monster, which has basically elemental advantage over water Cuny. So normally you don't want to fight it head on, but he just used poison ball, which normally doesn't have that much of usage. He waited few turns, depleted unicorn's HP to a level which he's comfortable with, and just like killed it in 1 turn.
Absolutely. Like I said during last match, not the biggest fan of Poison Ball, but that's 2 times now that Dreamy has done a very good play using those. So, gotta admit, when you do something clever, that's just clever. So, yeah. And he's lucky with the Truth Glasses as well. Oh, Balloon Egg again.
Oh, yeah. That's unlucky. I think it's like 3rd Balloon Egg.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in all 3 games, we had like balloon eggs. But you have to notice that like he's had really good luck with items. He had good luck with elevators. Oh, that is a little bit unlucky.
Oh, yeah,
And
I would bag him real quick.
27, and he's already on floor 22. This looks like D-Run.
Yeah,
I don't want to
honestly.
jinx it, but it looks good.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and yeah, that was definitely the play. Bagging Cuny hit there was definitely helped him.
And another elevator.
Oh, yeah, 23. Jeez.
So basically,
In 27 minutes, that's good.
That's very good time. Basically, those floors that he's on right now are the scariest in terms of elemental disadvantage, because most of the monsters are wind, or many of the monsters are wind. So once he gets past that, like if he goes to like, is it 30 or 26? I can't recall.
For which one?
Oh no, like until floor 30. I'm just trying to find out when we will get rid of all those wind monsters. I think floor 26 will be a little bit easier already for him.
Yeah, but there's always going to be the golems on the final floor.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, that's the scariest part.
No!
No! He's going to use it. I know Dream. He's going to use a warp trap as well.
But that doesn't help him. And he has now no idea where that Cuny is, and he just needs another zoo. So yeah, geez. I'm sorry. I think I just jinxed it.
Oh, absolutely. Oof.
He
wants to find Cuny or the elevator.
Oh,
no! How do you...
Flow trap.
Okay, Fireball is going to definitely save him from that specific situation. But he's far from a good...
That's so lucky.
And still elevator. Insta?
He cannot. Oh, he cannot put it in because he needs to wait. That was a little bit scary. So I think that was a tower's way to tell you like, okay, you had pretty good luck so far, but watch out.
Oh yeah. He's still slowed though, so but at least CUNY's on his side again, so that's nice.
Yes, and because he's slow currently, all
Oh no,
his
he's back.
Oh, he's back. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
He should be fine. But if he like ended up in a in a room with monster immediately next to him, that slow trap would hurt him a lot.
Oh, absolutely. So I think fire? Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
Blocks can paralyze you from afar. That's definitely scary. Their chances of success are kind of low. Zeus can paralyze you as well, only in melee, but their chance of success is very high. Oh, he's fighting a Zoo. I'm scared about that
Zoo
choice.
is wind. You don't want to do it, especially if it decides to. Okay, it attacks CUNY, and it can show like how.
30 from lower. Okay, that crit I think mattered.
Yes.
I think we had to get CUNY on our hands.
This floor, basically, the only monsters that he can meet are wind monsters, so they will hurt a lot.
Yeah.
Another block.
So if we talk about worst monster, I think almost everybody's going to agree that Zoo's on top 3.
And we've got an egg, and it can be an arachne egg.
I don't think it can be. You think so?
It can be, yeah. I've got the list opened up.
Oh, then that's interesting.
It's the last floor where you can find arachne with quite high percent. Okay, he gets a little bit lucky with that block turning into frog.
Yep.
Letting him like run away a little bit further.
Oh, the elevator must be in that room. It's not. Oh, where is it?
White sand. That's good. Can let him deal with
fire.
that.
Yes, absolutely.
And the holy scroll.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Needs to deal with the zoo. Fire will take care of it.
You know you have at least one charge, so that's good.
And we've got an elevator.
Ooh, okay. Good. Yeah.
Dreamy doesn't wait. He just goes up.
And let's go.
I was thinking that he may want to check that egg, but I don't know. Maybe like it's so late in the tower that he thinks that it would be better used as an egg bomb rather than risking it to hatch it and hoping for an arachne.
Yeah. Probably, honestly, or even food.
Oh no!
Didn't get paralyzed. That's kind of rare. They often do paralyze you, and that's a kill.
He's not scared of those zoos at all. So, Dreamy got out of the wind floors. The monsters now will be water or fire, but Zoo is the only one left that is still wind, so you have to watch out for Zoo. It's not like you can breeze through all the other monsters because they hit like a truck, but at least you don't have elemental disadvantage. So like you see here, with AI 1 strat, you can take care of that Mandara.
Yeah, Mandaras are hit very, very hard, but they're super squishy. I mean, compared to everything else, like they're not a joke. But using AI 1 strats like he's using right now is definitely going to make a huge difference here.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh, luck.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
Change the back.
That worked.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, they're sort of squishy because they've got only 55 HP, which is exactly the same amount of HP that Kraken had, 14 floors below.
Exactly. So they're very susceptible to those strategies early on.
You can see here that Snowman, which is a water monster, doesn't have elemental advantage over CUNY, but it still hit him for 30 HP.
Yeah, we're past the point where you want to fight. Obviously, if you can, you'll still do it, but we're at a point where everything hits so hard that even casually at this specific moment, you're not fighting anymore. Unless you have a very, very good setup. Oh, this is. Oh no, I know you can AI 1 from here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. In the meantime, checking Lady Deme's stream. She's currently on floor 9. She's climbing back, but Dreamy is going so fast and so well that it's gonna be really tough for her to go above him. But of course, there is still plenty of time left, so we hope for a good showcase.
Absolutely.
And she finds good resources. That Acid Rain Ball definitely will help.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's still a very good resource. Right.
Ooh. What is happening on Dreamy's side? Because he
Oh
just
yeah, I think
got hit.
he thought he was on AI3, but he wasn't. I assume.
Yes,
Yeah.
seems so. Lady Dreamy got out of the pickle with 2 U-boats and Bloom hoping for her to make a misstep.
Oh
But
yeah.
she's already on floor 10, so she's out of those annoying floors. She has a wand. It's a golf wand. The worst out of the wands because it doesn't give you elemental advantage. What's more, it can also give you elemental disadvantage when you're attacking. So,
does he know about picking up CUNY? No, I don't think he did. Yeah, CUNY cannot get past. Okay, good. Bagging him will work as well. CUNY or any monster can walk on these Oli tiles. But by throwing the Oli scroll at an enemy, he made it so that the snowman is a partner now, it's a friend, so that's good. But yeah, he's on 27.
27. 35 minutes on the timer. 25 minutes to go. Usually those higher floors are faster in that sense that like you really don't want to fight here anything. You just look for an exit. So
yeah, Matt Turtle is talking, is chatting about the fact that he had a plus 15 mirror shield and he was still getting hit real hard. This is how crazy this game is. Getting a plus 15 shield is hard. It takes a lot of time and grind. And even then, when you get at that point, you still get like 3 shots or something like that.
Okay, Manoiva, he can deal with that by ignoring her. And
Absolutely.
he did. But there is a snowman. He could have actually dealt with it like going back to that small circular place because monsters, when they're not aggroed, they have a certain idea behind their movement where they usually try to hug the wall. They don't randomly just walk around. So because the snowman was hugging the left side of the wall, it would just have gone left. You can use this idea to your advantage. So for example, the other snowman on the other side, it also hugs the left wall, so it will not go straight to Koch directly as long as he doesn't aggro him, but it will just go around it, as you can see here. Oh, yeah. And Manoiva.
Yeah, when there is 2 items on the same tiles, you know something is afoot, and especially in that case, and we don't know yet if another of the coins are actually another Manoiva. It could be.
Unfortunately, he cannot 2-hit it, so that's a little bit scary if that missed. Okay, so what will he do now? Can that be another Manoiva?
I think it might.
Oh no!
No, it's not, but I mean, the trolley is not done.
Yes,
but I think you skip a few turns, that's good. Okay,
safely moving on. Elevator, floor 28.
Yeah, moving on with CUNY not as a frog is huge, because we don't know what's going to be in that specific room.
Okay, we get elevator, which is good, and the water ball, which is
water ball is good. No, water ball is good at that point. Oh yeah, I disagree.
Yeah. Well, it's a little bit sort of tough to use item in that sense that like you cannot use it on yourself unless you've got a repel ball. But yeah, you can make CUNY to be resistant to fire monsters.
Yeah. But the change is huge. Like getting hit by a maximum would change you taking damage from like 30-something to 1.
I think it's like exponential defense there, like where like you increase it like to the power of 4 or something like this. So it's like really huge like defense boost.
Yeah. I don't know what's the calculation on it, but from experience I can tell you it's crazy. Fire CUNY taking damage from a maximum dropped down last time I used it from like 30-something to 1.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh yeah. It's only really relevant on these higher floors, but that's where he is right now, so that's definitely something I would have kept. But he had a good inventory, so maybe he didn't find the Naplesses. Okay, that's where we are right now.
Go left and ignore that snowman.
No, I think you want to scrap.
Oh yeah, because like he has a height advantage, it can be taken care of easily.
Yes. Not necessarily easily. He's gonna still take a hit, but only 1.
No, not at all.
So let's go.
Yeah, have you seen the damage? It was 30 from CUNY and 63 from the mixture. Oh, why did he use that fireball? That must have been a misclick.
Probably, yeah. Let's go into the next room.
Yeah, not even bothering with that wand because he's got
he's not
all
gonna
the
find better.
resources.
Yeah. He's not gonna find a better one. Oof,
But
that is
that's
scary.
a tough one because Natlases have trade where they start with 88 HP, I guess,
Yes.
but they have a double HP trade, so their HP when they are sleeping can recover. So it can have over 160 HP, and it's not easy to deplete.
Oh yeah, exactly. They start with 83 out of 166, and they recover it by turn passing or them sleeping.
Yeah, luckily he had both elemental advantage and height advantage, so it was easier to take. And a Tamna fruit, so we are floor 30 with amazing inventory. Hey chat, can we hear some hype for floor 40?
Oh yeah, well, that killer might have something else to say about it.
He can deal with it.
Yeah, true. That sleeping killer might not have much to say about it then. And he's gonna get wrecked. Like, let's be honest here. They're kind of squeaky. But these guys hit really hard. Like, we should assume around about 60-something damage. And if they hit you, they have a 25% chance to crit. That's huge. That's their trade.
In the meantime, Lady Demes is on floor 13 with an elevator in the room, but she's in a little bit of a pickle, and unfortunately she dies. Maybe it was a misclick, maybe she tried to use that Holy Scroll on herself, but yeah, Lady Deme finishes on floor 13, and it will be really tough for her to overtake Dreamy, but anything can happen. Let's see whether Lady Deme decides to make another entry. And we get floor 31, and the first chunk of the plot. Hey, Sun Knight, can you tell us anything about the plot of this game?
Yes. Your father's dead. This guy tells you to come in and check him on 440. That's it.
That's pretty good summary of the plot. Yeah, we don't play this game for plot. But you noticed one very interesting thing about this thing. When the room loaded, first there were no monsters, and this guy was talking about something, right? When the guy stopped talking, suddenly 2 monsters appeared. So you have to be very careful because those monsters load only after the cutscene.
Yes. And the scary part is the game will let you run because you cannot dash when there is enemies in the same room as you are. But the game will let you dash because they are not exactly spawned in yet, and you can still get hit, and that's scary. On my first few runs, I used to want to dash because I saw no monsters, and then I realized, oh, okay, no, that's a definite mistake. And we have dragons!
Yeah.
We have not seen many dragons in this tournament, but Dreamy wants to show us their power.
Seems so. No, he doesn't. He prefers not to, like...
Yeah, I agree. It would have been one shot, no question. Yeah.
I think he simply likes frogs more. I don't know.
I agree. Like, a dragon at this point would probably hit for like 68 or something like that.
A lot.
Yeah, I think a lot is the exact number, yeah.
Yeah. And even more if he decides to, like, chant a spell on you.
Yes, exactly. Glaciers are the scariest monster, in my opinion, in these sets of floors. They are really tanky. They don't hit that hard, but they can push you away. Like, we call it curling. They shoot a rock of ice and pushes it, and you get pushed up until you hit something. And then you take damage, so that's kind of scary. It can push you into very bad situation. You can use that to your advantage in some specific situation, but I'd say most of the time, it's bad because it deals a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, so we call the situation when the glacier throws a ice rock at you. We call it curling. Sun Knight, can you tell me who holds the world record in curling in terms like, the furthest push?
Oh, that'd be me. Dude, that's scary. Oh, Kiwi's down.
Amazing situation. He is now in a very tough pickle. It's still doable because he just needs to climb. He's got an elevator. He's floor 35. But you just saw the power of Golem.
Oh yeah, that's really scary.
With elemental advantage.
He saw the elevator on the spin. That's huge. He decides to go directly for that direction and get that.
Ooh.
Ooh!
So what
I
can
think
he
he
do
still
now?
has a
Sleep.
tuna. Oh, sleep is good.
Yeah, because last time he tried to use fireball and it didn't fire, right? So that was his
Yes.
problem. He knows now that this fireball is useless.
Oh
So
yeah.
that fireball, if I recall correctly, is from floor 1, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Ooh, that might have been a misstep. Very exciting. Floor 37.
37. Let's go.
Let's go. But then there is a
Oh,
room.
that's the end. That's got to be the end, right?
He's got a Leem. He's got
Yeah.
Tana. Unless Dragon decides that, like,
Yeah,
okay, I
exactly.
don't like you. That's
That's what
decided I don't like you.
that's
Oh,
not
but that
much you
was
could have done there.
amazing game. The thing is that, like, even with CUNY, this might have been really tough spot.
No, honestly, yeah, you're right. I don't think he had Oldie Bell. That would have probably been the only safe way to deal with all of this at the same time. Yeah, no.
So we got floor 37 as the highest floor on Dreamy's side. Really super close to reaching highest floor. Unfortunate situation with Golem made him CUNY-less, and then like not nice floor basically killed him. So this is a beautiful example of how annoying the tower can be. You can have all the equipment, you can be set up for whatever you want. One time, tower says no, and you're gone.
That is it. Yeah, absolutely. Oof, that was a good showcase, though. You can absolutely see why DreamyVision has not lost a match yet. And even though Deme gave him a lot of trouble during the first match and even during the second one, I think this third match is a good show of why Dreamy hasn't lost yet. Wow, that was it, 37.
And the time was amazing because, like,
Yeah.
if he didn't have this like small misstep, he would have easily gone below 1 hour. So immediately gaining a title of veteran.
Oh, absolutely.
Which wouldn't really ban him from the rest of the tournament, would it?
No. So the rule set was to participate, you needed not to have a sub 1 hour before practices start. So even if you would have achieved that during practice, you would still be able to be part of the tournament as well.
In the meantime, Lady Deme is in a little bit of tough spot. She lost her CUNY to Warp Trap, and she's trying to find it back. Or no, she's going straight for the elevator. Oh, it's just that CUNY is in the same room. So let's see how she will deal with that. She wants to fight. She got rid of the Cyclone, but there is a flame from behind and a balloon and low HP. Might be a little bit tough for her to handle. Okay, so unfortunately that balloon takes care of Lady Deme, and I think we will call it because Lady Deme doesn't really have any foreseeable chance to reach floor 38. She would have to go like double the speed of the current world record to be able to handle it. So the match goes to Dreamy with the second game going to him, and we can see now both Olymp fruits on Dreamy's side. So hopefully we can get them for an interview. Just give us a second while we set it up.
Yeah, I'm checking if they are interested in doing interviews, so let's see. All right, let's send them invitations.
Hey.
Right. Oh, Dreamy.
Hello, Dreamy.
Hey, bro.
GG.
GG.
Oh, GG. Yes, that was a run. That third one was a run.
Man.
You
Ugh.
were on a great pace to be under 1 hour.
Yeah, I was pretty confident there, and I can't remember what quite happened with that golem. But
your
I remember.
fireball.
Oh yeah, my
ran out.
fireball was out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my fault. I'm super tired. I've been up since like 4 a.m., so I wasn't tracking my ball. I thought I still had 1 charge left. I could have used a sleep ball, and I would have been fine. And yeah, so I felt really dumb there, but I was like, I'm still pretty good, pretty stocked up for 40. I was pretty confident. And then, yeah, I spawned into that room with both monsters. I was like, okay, well, this is a coin flip, and I just have to hope that that dragon's not super aggro. And then it was. And I was like, of course. That's what I should expect.
Yeah, that final room where you actually ended up losing on 37 was not a joke. You played it well. The play was to kill the golem and then take care of the dragon, probably with a sleep ball or something, I assume. But the fact that the dragon decided to breathe from afar, not much you could do there. You could not take care of it because it would have get killed by the golem. So
Yeah.
that was a bad situation to be in.
That was the tower telling you, like, you had way too good luck. Time to end it.
Man, and it's like I felt the total opposite for the first 2 races, I think. Like the first race, I like both times I either died to a crit or a high roll, and I was so frustrated. Oh my gosh, that first one was tough. The first race, we had like nothing. I don't know if she tapped out early and got good items or what, but like I got I think I hit like, sorry, little scatterbrain. I was trying to decide because early on I didn't really get a lot, and I thought about tapping out, but I think I hit a point where I had just enough and I was moving quick enough up the tower that I was like, oh, maybe I can make it work. And then, yeah, around the 20s, I died to a crit or a high roll. I can't remember which one. And I couldn't really recover from there.
Yeah, she did exactly what you said. She tapped out very early on that run. And that second climb was much more forgiving and generous in terms of items. And she catched up so quickly.
I remember when I entered the second tower, the first 5 floors were like stocked. And I was like, man, if she left faster than I did, there's no way I'm going to win this because I got messed up in that first tower. And so I guess that's what happened. I'm not surprised. There's like a lot of good items in the first couple floors. So I was like kind of kicking myself that I didn't tap out early because I knew that I was running pretty scarce, but I was like, maybe I've done this a couple times this tournament where I was like, maybe I can make the run on low items and just kind of press myself up to 30, and then it didn't work out. And that second game, I was like, it was the first one where I felt like we got like a decent amount of stuff. And so I was pretty confident in that. And I remember I thought I would get higher than I did because what was it that got me? It was, I think, a wee dog that I was heel tanking. That's it.
Yeah.
I was heel tanking with the recovery ball. He hit me for 24 3 times in a row. My CUNY had 26 HP. I'm thinking, okay, I can take a turn to heal myself and then finish it off. And then it high rolled me and killed my guy in 1 hit. And I was like, are you actually kidding me? I was like, oh, come on, man.
I think at that time we were thinking that maybe you misclicked that medicine herb, that you wanted to give it to CUNY because your CUNY died at that time. Yeah, no,
like I said, he'd been hitting consistently for under 25. And I was like, I've got 26. There was another one coming and I needed to use the medicinal herb on myself because I was super low. I think I was 1 hit. And I was like, I could maybe squeak this out, finishing off the wee dog first, but I was like, I think I can do both. And I did not get to do both.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that third one, the items were so good that I was pretty confident that it was going to be a good run. I figured I'd get into the 30s, and then like by the time I got into the 30s, I was so stocked to the gills. I was like, this is an easy 40, and then it gave me a bunch of elevators, and then I kind of messed it up.
Yeah, but Deme had to tap out early on this one as well, so you add like this trim one and everything, and you could use the fusion to turn Cuny into water. She did not get any of that, so that her final climb was really tough.
Yeah,
I think it's on second run also that you did climb quite well, and you finally got that stream one floor higher than Cuny died. That was very trolly of the tower.
Yeah.
But other than that, honestly, you showed us like a really good gameplay, making sure you mastered all the resources you add and the strategies. Like we saw that you use a lot of AI one strat, which some of the runners in this tournament don't master yet. So that definitely was good on you to turn bad situation into not so bad situation. Like the Mandaras, I remember you just one shot and get to something else. Whereas Mandaras is sometimes a point where some players start to struggle a little bit because they hit so hard. Well, you just don't let them hit you, right?
Yeah. And I like that you showed us that Krakens are not really that scary. You can take them on.
Yeah, Krakens are my homies. I was actually a little worried in the third game that I was moving a bit too slow up until I got to around 30, because I was taking the time to fight like everything. And I think at one point in the 20s, I was like, all right, I'm not fighting anymore. And I started just actively avoiding fights. And then 30 was just pretty much elevator train.
Yeah, that like game 3 was amazing. I was really hyped for floor 40, and that unfortunate golem like took care of
Me too, man. Me too. I
to
really
be honest,
thought
I would want you to like see how you can deal with that next floor when you had like Cuny and like a little bit higher HP, because it wouldn't be easy either.
It would have been tough. I probably would have made the same play, honestly. I maybe would have, depending on where my familiar spawned, I may have put him in between me and the dragon. But I still would have probably Oleemed the golem and then tried to sleep the dragon.
Yeah, there might have been some other options, but in the situation you were exactly, I don't think there was a better play than what you did. No. The game just decided to say, hey, that's enough. And that does happen.
Yeah.
But it was a very good showcase of like climbing the tower as fast as you can. Yeah, that pace was really good. All right, I think I'll take this chance to actually say thanks to everyone. Thank you, Lady Deme and Dreamy, to actually have run the match. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Chai, for being my partner in crime on this one. That was a very fun run to commentate on.
And I guess we should invite everybody to SpeedGaming 4, right? Where we are just starting Shuzu versus Masterchef.
Absolutely. And also a giant thank you to chat and, most importantly, SpeedGaming that makes all of this even a possibility. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. See you next time.
GG, everybody.
Bye.